shape. Great crowd across to his right. He'll operate there exclusively with Nosh Kenjigate. Kenjigate gives him a high five and the pat on the back as well. It's the scale of the speed of the feet, the anticipation the core brings to his fielding. So CJ Amini last week for Papua New Guinea. I'm sure he's all great the associate game.
Other than that, I think the standard of fielding has improved. Get back to it.
एकछिनमा मिलाउँछु है भिडियो
It is their play. There's really no second on Sundays. You hit the ground almost every single day with the same intensity, and only then can you be even a fraction of what he's doing at the moment. Anticipating. That sort of solves half the problem, isn't it, Andrew? Anticipate and create half an opportunity for your side and get in.
Take a fly on the right side. Abhishek Paradkar down there will be able to tidy up. You're spot on. You've got to watch the shape of the shot as a fielder. You won't get any better than the two men on the offside there for USA. Kareem McCorner and Josh Kenjigate. Good eyes on them. Got 2 run-outs in the first innings from Lamachani. Can change the game, just that moment of magic. So beyond the hunt for early wickets, I'd be looking for at least a couple in this power play. So in the first 10 overs, 2 fielders are right outside the 30-yard circle. Slashed away into the offside. There's fully in place. It could be in action. Get to the end of the 3rd over. It's 13 for none.
She got very for now. Kushal put there and Sheikh taking their time. Just unnecessarily the magnitude of a very good start here. These two were allowed to take time. 230 can only become continued if the wickets fall and pitch fire. Even if it's a little slower start they can cover up. These two have got the game to do so. These two have got the range to do so. Kushal prepared. He picked up the bat for the first time when he did a Ricky Ponting. He just liked the swag of Ricky Ponting and all that he did on the cricket field. The captaincy aspect of it, and then of course the full threat. He's wanted to leave out of his book. Except the bat dreams to play for his country. Here he is. Kushal prepared. It's Sheikh at the moment.
It'll be interesting to see how Netravalkar works through his bowlers today. Let's take a look at the squad on your screen. 7 left armers today. You haven't heard me wrong there. 7 left armers. Probably a record. We suspect we'll get the statisticians onto that, but left arm spin quartet, that's probably going to be headed by Nosh Kenjigate and Kareem McCorner. And then you've got the options of Nisar Patel and Sanjay Krishnamurthy. And then between left arm seamers, that's Hutchinson who's bowling now. Alongside the skipper Netravalkar and the youngster, the 20-year-old Abhishek Paradkar, who's impressive 4 wickets on his debut just a couple of days ago.
Try out for Krishnamurthy as well. Shined in the under 19 front and took the ball with the bat in and gets a ball. To deal the next fight to Oman and play for his country. Then we talk about Sheikh as well. I think it was 20-year-olds making their debuts making the mark. This is a big segment. So wanted that run, but a little bit bigger.
नवराज शर्मा सृजन बोरा सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ once again
So inside edge down to fine leg, just very fine mist coming across the ground. I think as much as anything, certainly no real moisture to it, but just a very fine sort of cloud, isn't it? Looking across, really, really bright, but like stunning scene. Emirates. So about 15 to 20 minutes outside of Muscat. We're doing that drive going up through the valley. This valley is stunning, isn't it? So that.
Yeah, but it was
कोही अघि जोडिनु भएको साथीहरू कता जानुभयो कुरा गरौँ त आउनु
I thought you commented that you mentioned it, but it was absolutely beautiful. So it's the beautiful place in cricket. By the time you come here,
सुनिल खनाल
and you will run across
नवराज दुलाल
It's a bit
Liga
like
Johnson,
going
Liga
to
Johnson.
Mars or the moon or something, isn't it? It's almost out of this world.
सुशान्त विश्वकर्मा
that's the way they do cricket next. And I'll tell you what, the amount of fans that we have, wonderful fans, absolutely committed to their sides, you will see a full house. Rather house. Hutchinson is trying to find it.
So, good evening from Muscat, wherever you're watching from. So, that's it. You run up to us as always. Let's have a chat about the table as well here. 7 teams playing out for 3 spots at the 2023 Cricket World Cup qualifier. The man at the top of the table will see them in action tomorrow. United States in 2nd, Scotland in 3rd, Namibia in 4th, UAE in 5th, Nepal in 6th. They've only played 4 games so far. There's a lot happening in the route to the bottom of the table, one from out at the moment.
Straight to green.
सुरेश खत्री ठिक छ हजुर ठिक छ मैले त्यहाँबाट उसबाट देखाउनु थियो कि कपिलाबाट मिलेन क्या अलि मिलाएर देखाउनु न मिलाएर खिच्नु पर्यो साथीहरू चाहिँ ल मैले मोबाइलबाट मिलिरहेको छैन क्या मैले उता युट्युबमा पनि लाइभ दिइरहेको छु त्यहाँ नै जोइन गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ राम्रो आइरहेको छ मैले यहाँ हात समाएर हातले समाएर साह्रै गाह्रो हुँदो रहेछ कि मैले उता उसमा फेसबुकमा सरी युट्युबमा पनि लाइभ भइरहेको छु गरिरहेको छु त्यहाँ हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ म यहाँ लिङ्क दिन्छु है हजुरलाई ल त्यहाँ कमेन्टमा मैले लिङ्क दिएको छु है त्यहाँ लिङ्कमा हेर्नु त त्यहाँ छ त्यहाँबाट पनि हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यहाँ राम्रो छ आज नेपालले जित्छ खै अब भन्न सकिँदैन पार्टनरसिप राम्रो भयो भने जित्छ त्यही हो नि युट्युबमा जोडिनु भएको साथीहरूलाई सबैलाई स्वागत छ है ल कता जानुभयो बोल्नु न हजुर कोही पनि बोल्नु भएको छैन कुन च्यानल विकास सुवेदी छ मैले च्यानलको पनि यहाँ हालेको छु भने यहाँ कमेन्टमा छ हेर्नु त म कमेन्टमा दिन्छु
Big man Elmore Hutchinson, he does it really well. Yeah, so you're just asking me in terms of the opening partnerships, complementing each other, very important. Quite often you'll see the best partnerships in attacking opener, mixing, the more defensive one of these two will work well together for a championship.
मुकेश पोखरेल हाई मुकेश जी एक गेम आएको च्यानल चाहिँ आइसिसी .tv मा गएर हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ लिङ्क त्यहाँ मैले सुरुमा माथि लाइभको माथि सुरुमा हेर्नु त लिङ्क त्यही छ नभए म हजुरलाई यहाँ पनि गरिदिएको छु है
It's about the 2 deliveries which broke the batsman. Two questions living out of syllabus.
And just an inside edge, isn't it? It's saved him. And that's the angle, the exact angle that you're not looking at. Angle back in to the right handers and then shape it away if you can. Did that nicely before, but that time just holding its line, and that's why it's playing the inside edge and throws out its bats. Down the ground, powerful.
Chauka.
It's the first maximum of the innings. Just held his shape.
Chakka भएको
that
छ
time.
भुटेल हाम्रो भुटेल
Down
सरले
the line
छक्का
of the
हान्नुभयो
ball instead of across the line of it. And that's got the few Nepali fans who are just creeping in after work, starting to cheer. First maximum today. It's 21 for none after 5.
Show him the maker's name. Was a little dawdled towards the bowler as well to try and reach the ball, and then extension of arms did the best. Certainly a nice guy, that piece of the.
मैले हातले समाउँदाखेरि एकदम हल्लिरहेको छ है मैले त्यहाँ लिङ्क पनि दिएको छु यो युट्युबको त्यहाँ युट्युबमा पनि छ है मैले त्यहाँ हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ मैले हातले समाउँदा चाहिँ एकदम हल्लिरहेको छ छड्के पनि आएछ घाँटी घुमाउनु पर्छ हजुरहरूलाई
Excellent stop.
सही रोकिदियो
Absolutely brilliant. Once again, an anticipation coming to the ball.
भुटेलले सेन्चुरी बनाउनु पर्छ अब हो के अरे अब द युट्युबमा आएको छ भुटेलले अब हेरौँ अब कस्तो गर्छ रन रेट चाहिँ 4.06 को छ 5.1 ओभरमा मसँग युट्युबमा पनि जोडिन सक्नुहुन्छ हजुरहरू
In the first innings of the batting, hit Sandy Pavachani for Vic 6. They're perishing soon after, but it's a nice strong debut. The youngster may see his left arm spin later on as well.
भोलु मिलाउँदैछु भाइ भोलु मिलाउँछु
It's really difficult to tell which is his weakest side, isn't it? Well, we step back in this, that is the right hand as well.
BIKASHSUBEDI Vikas Swedi channel name Paudel Sandeep BIKASHSUBEDI
This time it beat the time. 2 is on the card. The call is always for 2. And they get 2.
ल युट्युबमा जोडिनु भएका सबै साथीहरूलाई स्वागत छ को कता कताबाट हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ कमेन्ट गर्नु होला बोल्दै लाइभ हेर्दै गर्न मजै छुट्टी हुन्छ नि टोल बहादुर गोदामी प्रेम जी सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ सुभाष ढकाल जी ओके नेपालगञ्ज तनहु घाँटी घाँटी बाङ्गो भयो होला हजुरहरूको मैले उता घाँटी बाङ्गो भएन अघि सबैजनाले उता राजनजी म हजुरलाई एउटा लिङ्क दिन्छु त्यहाँ छ है हेर्नु होला है त्यहाँ चाहिँ नहल्लिकन आइरहेको छ मैले चाहिँ हातले समाउनु पर्दाखेरि हल्लिरहेको छ कि म चाहिँ एलेम्बु सिन्धुपाल्चोकबाट ल पुनम गिरीजी स्वागत छ पूर्ण गिरीजी नवीन पाठक हेलो ब्रो आई के छ खबर
Work together, scoop up the yellow. Watching this in practice, the two stay on 40 minutes afterwards, competing with each other, and standing through it gets the end of the 6 now, 26 for 1.
हेलो कमल गुरुङजी वसन्त छेत्रीजी हजुरलाई पनि स्वागत छ नारायणजी हजुर म चाहिँ गोर्खाबाट है ल सबैजना स्वागत छ यता म युट्युबको पढ्दैछु है त प्रज्वल भुषालजी साइमन आचार्य अहिलेसम्म ठिकै छ
Keeper up to the stump snip as well. I see this quite often. Mike Patel come up and try and close off the angles. And again, like I was saying to you before, a couple of deliveries from around the wicket and then back over the wicket.
I think what prompted it for Manam to come up to the stance as well is
Manbahadur.
put them when he was on strike. He hit that six. He came down the track to try and negate any swing if that was an offer, and also try and disrupt the length of.
शिव शङ्कर बानिया हजुरलाई स्वागत छ
And negotiate. Straight bats so far.
प्रशान्त सुनारजी कृष्ण कन्डेल लिङ्क छोड्नु मैले लिङ्क छोडेको छु उसमा है नवीनजी म हजुरलाई पनि पठाउँछु लिङ्कलाई है हजुरलाई मैले हजुर लिङ्क पिस्नै भएन युट्युबमा BIKSHSUBEDI सर्च गरौँ न आउँछ त्यहाँ म ताप्लेजुङबाट इन्द्रजी म दार्चुलाबाट भन्नुभएको छ रविन्द्र सिंहजीले ल्यापटपबाट हेरेको ब्रो कसरी हेर्ने आइडिया दिनु न म कसरी हेर्नु म चाहिँ कतारबाट भुवनजी
Nicely bowled, good glove work as well. Sharp glove work from Mike Patel. Just 1 foot off the ground.
रमेश विष्टजी हजुरलाई स्वागत छ
He's been excellent throughout the game. In front of the wicket now.
पूर्णगिरी आज कुशल मल्लले राम्रो रन हान्नुभएको छ अब के अब कुशल मल्लकै छ अब आज चाहिँ अब 17 रन बनाएको छ 20 बलमा कुशलले चाहिँ स्कोर नि देखिने गरे उता किन है मैले पेस्ट गर्न मिलिरहेको छैन कि मेरो मैले युट्युबमा हालेको त्यहाँ
Extra bounce, shake this time. Certainly, Nepal continues to cause problems. He's just incredibly lackingly accurate. He's got a great pace, but you've seen him up close.
एक गेम लिदिनु है मलाई
United's up here, both the American and the full sides, they're training their footlights just to take a look at his career economy rate. Lowest again.
ल स्कोर लेख्नु गरे ल मैले यहाँ कमेन्टमा लिङ्क चाहिँ छोडेको छु है त्यहाँ गएर युट्युबमा हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ युट्युबमा जोडिनु हुने साथीहरूलाई पनि स्वागत छ नमस्कार सर म ओमानदेखि दीपक पन्ती हुनुहुन्छ नमस्कार नमस्कार मलाई सर नभन्नु भाइ भन्नु न तिमी भन्दा मोबाइलमा पो क्लियर छ त ब्रो तिम्रो युट्युब च्यानल छ म सपोर्ट गर्छु छ मैले त्यसमा युट्युबमा पनि लाइभ गरिरहेको छु त्यहाँ जोइन गर्नुहुन्छ शिव शङ्कर बानियाजी मैले हजुरलाई त्यहाँ मेन्सन गरेको छु कमेन्टमा
absolutely giving nothing away. It's bowling is one aspect of life where if you're miserly, you're absolutely fine.
इन्डियाबाट हेर्दा रिप एमसिसी जनक साउद
And the moment you read the name Underwood, there was a skip in your feet.
गणेश बिसी
Yes, boss.
Always had a soft spot for spinners, right? So always been the way.
प्रज्वल भूषाल इन्डियाको टिम हो कि युएसएको हो युएसएकै हो उता तर प्राय सबै इन्डियन नै छ इन्डियन र पाकिस्तानीहरू
To the attack. Also for this Emirates end. Then they bust off the inside edge immediately.
मैले कमेन्ट हेर्दाखेरि त हेर्नु भएकै छैन कि मिल्छ सागर थापाजी ल्यापटपमा हेर्न मिल्छ ICC.tv मा गएर लगइन गर्नु होला त्यहाँबाट हेर्न मिल्छ है
Not a bad idea at all. Yes, didn't execute it, but the intention was right to try and attack the youngster right away, especially the last over being a minute. They had to get the ball rolling. They had to break the shackles. The boundary is there, of course, for the taking, but not convincing enough. Okay, as expected, Manan Patel will sniff the bails. That should give some confidence to the youngster as well. There is a slight tweak.
युट्युबमा क्लियर आएको छैन
Abhishek wants. He wants a point in place. Now who goes out then? Right, we have a fine leg now. The short fine leg will convert himself into a fine leg. Here's the reply from the youngster. Abhishek.
Yes.
So we're going to miss difficult work again. Bracker probably not that much quicker than Netravalker. Maybe not quite as quick as Alma Hutchinson. You've seen Jesse Singh, one of the two.
सबैजना स्वागत छ सपोर्टिभ ब्रो
Due to injury. Jesse Singh would certainly get the radar
स्कोर
going.
देखिन ल म स्कोर देख्ने ल थ्यांक यू सबैजनालाई स्कोर बोर्ड नि देखाउनु पर्यो देखाउँदै छु मैले स्कोर बोर्ड सकेसम्म मोबाइल फिक्स राखौँ
Punch through the offside, brilliant from Kenjigate. Oh, directed.
विनोद जी हुँदा म मोबाइल फिक्स राख्ने अफलाइन हेर्न मिल्दैन दाजु
Jones, vice captain, ruled out of the squad. Kyle Phillip, who was already here.
म अहिले युट्युबमा हालेको छु त्यहाँ हेर्नु होला पछि अफलाइनमा स्कोर बोर्ड देख्न ल स्कोर बोर्ड देखियो
Initially tried to put his body behind the ball, then realized he had to stretch out. His hands were in the right position, and remember the delivery to the wicket was also very, very quick. It's how quickly you dispatch.
महेन्द्र पौडेल मलाई कमेन्ट्री गर्ने आउँदैन सर
There is an opportunity or not, and he was absolutely brilliant on that occasion.
ए हो ठीक छ धन्यवाद थ्यांक यू
To shake.
The first chance
Google
for USA, Malhotra.
फेरि चौका भएको छ
Looking out of the way, but I don't think it would have been able to be a catch. Just above a catchable height, but you've got to remember the impact of the floodlights here. Might have gone straight into them, and Malhotra didn't really move. It was wide of him. It must have been a self-preservation getting the hands up over
मैले
the head.
मिलाउन सकिरहेको छैन कि सबै कुरा माफ गर्नु होला है
To shake gets a boundary at the right time for him. He's trying to go leg side.
अहिले नेपालको चाहिँ 35 रन भएको छ 7.4 ओभर चलिरहेको छ रन रेट चाहिँ 4.57 छ
Beautiful batting. This time is his slight change in pace, Andrew.
Just a bit of colour, I think, this time from Bradker. 2 boundaries to start with. Not the start he would have been looking for.
यो ओभरमा 9 रन आइसकेको छ
Green. Definite colour off colour fills into the thigh pad. Get those graphics updated at the bottom of your screen.
मैले त हेरेको छु थाहा छैन मलाई नेपालको गेम हुँदाखेरि कस्तो हुन्छ अनि त्यही भएर मैले सबैले
Kutchuk going to be more runs here and runs into the deep. Beats the sprawling dive of Stephen Taylor, who's being placed in between Gore and Kenjigate. 3 boundaries coming from the opening over. Not a wise change of bowling for USA. Bradker's gone for 13. Nepal starting to move on top in the first pair play there. 39 for
पूर्णगिरी हेरेको छैन मनी हाइस्ट यार मैले सायद म मात्रै होला मनी हाइस्ट नहेर्ने
2 more overs to go.
Prajwal
But
Bhushal,
this is to get where the bowlers will think
Simon
that they
Acharya.
have some protection in the deep.
यो मोबाइल मैले उता फेसबुकबाट लाइभ गरिरहेको थिएँ
Followed by Sheik's over straight in line more.
मोबाइल अब अफ
Easy now. Sheikh believed he took his time. Once the first boundary flew, the second one did too. Outside off, and here is Sheikh with pride on play. Exactly. Shot. That was not that slow, it seems, because whenever the ball falls after an airy travel, it just gets plowed over there, or blocked itself over there. It does scramble further. To prepare this time.
Always number 11 thing after all, they're continuing to keep things tight, but USA will be looking for breakthroughs. The reason you look for breakthroughs is take a look at this Nepali batting lineup. Plenty of depth to it. Ryan Mala will see in at number 3. This isn't in that order ahead, of course, probably Mala at 3. Now Powder at 4. This is the winner scenario, remember? You've been on Banjari at 5, Fisher Mala at 6. And to go rounders. So the ball just puts the outside out. Plenty of all-rounders carrying KC, remember. Big impact. There is some late runs as well. Just a lead drop to Fisher Mala as well, so we're looking forward to get going. He's moved today. Good start this for that time.
It's rebounds once again. This time he got better up or down. But it says, okay, that's one spot that's been disturbed now. This is there on the number 8. It's not it says he has been. Reminds you of that. Such is that. Sora.
Against a blue shot, unreal timing there this time. Clearly, it's a big blue shot here. He's like break the string of dots that Nepal was going.
Despite that offensive delivery, the previous one is always finally got to catch. They did not time it at all this time around though. What you would say the game. Yes, the improvisation comes through.
चौका
The ball will trickle away to the fence, teasing the fielder in the
Hotel. Keep it up, my.
batsmen have to score in the V. The V is behind him too.
That was a good shot. The reason he's played this shot is with no fine leg in place. So just a step across to the offside. Ramper in the corner, keeper up. It's a pretty safe shot, really. Not in the circle. It's opening partnership starting to look really threatening for Nepal. They're ready to apply the race. It's going to be a ball.
Very good shot.
Good batting. It's 46 for them.
Nine gone. Nepal is 46 for no loss.
9 ओभरको समाप्ति नेपालको रन रेट 5.11 आसिफ भुटेल 29 बलमा 29 रन बनाएर खेल्दैछन् भने शेख 25 बलमा 16 रन बनाएर खेल्दैछन्।
Last Nepal season,
अहिले
46
मसँग 81 जना साथीहरू जोडिनु भएको छ।
Andrew, what do you think USA need to do at the moment to break this partnership?
को कता कताबाट जोडिनु भएको छ लेख्नु होला। 46 रन बनाएको छ बिना विकेटको। 9 ओभरको समाप्ति भइसकेको छ, 10औं ओभर चालु।
Probably continue to attack. Exactly on the ball now. 29. Right over the power play on 2 points right out. So I'm long off to spread out of place.
It's going to be very, very tight as well. It's got protection in the shape of long off. For the ball that's slightly over pitch.
So through the leg side, maybe work to do in the deep for Christian Murphy. He does it well, but plenty of time to get back for a couple. This is the attitude, the general approach to the game.
नाइ थाहा छैन यार कुरा के भयो र त्यहाँ।
Always look to score a strike right up, coming around with a ball, taking the game to America here at the moment.
Nepal inching towards 50 at the moment. And there's been great solidity shown by these two batsmen, not much risk taken. Just that one shot was great feeling for over there. 6. One from them they can say pretty. Taking the ball and running towards merit. A couple of times they were close to that as with the extra bounce. Taking the respect of the ball and results. This is good bowling. It's interesting to see how Sheikh also going this wrist shoulder just to make sure that Chaskan and Malhotra doesn't come to play. Once again, he just allow the ball to meet the rhythm. Head gone. What team are you influence?
10 ओभरको समाप्ति 49 रन हो र। खोइ मैले सुने होइन कहिलेको समाचार हो पुग्न यो। नेपालको रन रेट अहिलेसम्मको ठिकै छ 4.60 छ, एक्स्ट्रा 7 रन आएको छ भने।
50 overs. Innings that just kept threatening to get going a bit better than it actually did. Start for the ball for the two openers. It's been a really good one. He's going to bring it out. 2-prong change in bowling, as I thought we might see two left-arm spinners operating tandem together. So it's going to be pretty good. It's the pavilion, a very different bowler to Conjugate. Conjugate more classical. Flight to guard and turn. The line. Flying in this field. It's a problem. Really a backward point for the state for Abhishek Bharat.
50 comes up from Nepal. Just the side with it quiet.
ब्याटिङ अमृत अलिकति अब कस्तो भने अब होइन एग्रेसिभ खेल्न पनि भएन, स्लो त स्लो होइन, तर विकेट छ हामीसँग छ, त्यही खुसीको कुरा हो। तिमीलाई कस्तो लागिरहेछ त?
Really cruising, comfortable. Just taking his time, but
That's the last time we saw the batsman assisted. It's almost reassurance from the technology.
अरे टिकेर खेल्यो भने हुन्छ क्या मेन कुरो चाहिँ टिक्नु पर्यो क्या स्ट्राइक चाहिँ विकेट चाहिँ हामीसँग बचाउनु भयो विकेट बचायो भने रन त आइहाल्छ बिस्तारै
That on the first step anyway. 26 first. Against New Guinea last week. 51 against the state of play. All the comfortable and confidence in the chase.
Nice beats. Winning the toss, choosing the bat, plus 250 on the board. Courtesy will not against a century. Absolutely brilliant knock. Under pressure as well. Find out the pressure from the new whenever the new batsman came in. And start the place for the 21 as well. Hardy with the ball in hand. And so, never keep him out of the game. Excellent in the power once again. And in reply, Nepal 51 for no loss in 11 overs. Here's Kenji again to the second. Once again, just see the batsman once again. But then they get over the run.
See that massive shake. Throw coming in. Hands up his bats and shake. Immediately sit back and target sportsmanship for the overs. Yes, New Zealand fans watching out. Wonderful to them. Stokes stuff.
You want to score runs up your bat, but not when you're the much harder way.
Straight with wicket up ahead. It's a good player across to his left. Partnership concerning the USA continue to grow very much on fiscal fight and a lot of threat to this direct. The big picture is building about
घिमिरे तीरनाथ 30 वाला शंकर लम्छाए बाह्र ओभरको समाप्तिमा 56 रन बनाएको छ नेपालले अलिकति 2 ओभर चाहिँ अलिकति स्लो नै खेल्यो
Here's ball. Sweet attempted to be wide center next. Sorry. And great stuff from Patel. Maybe a little tired from his efforts with the bats. Doesn't get across. 3 runs to the total. We'll continue to go for the ball here.
Excellent stop. Excellent stop, and also there was a stare at the batsman. He stared and threw the ball back to the marker David, who's standing adjacent to the stance at the moment. But I think that wants to was just a statement that he didn't throw run.
Obviously, what do you think? So I probably just want to see it. It's good bread across. And deeply look at, things just got a little flat for America as well in the field. More energy. More crews in the deep. Just a bit of difficulty for them. Not quite a breakthrough, but they're on the way.
The one good thing everybody sees is the shoulders are broken. There's constant chatter, there's constant encouragement from the fielders in the deep.
बल अहिलेको यही रन रेटमा गइरह्यो भने जित्ने चान्स नै छ हामीलाई रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट चाहिँ 4.55 को छ भने अहिले हाम्रो करेन्ट
Tight stuff. It's a real stress. Two batsmen are just looking incredibly comfortable.
करेन्ट रन रेट चाहिँ 4.75 छ एउटा एउटा ओभरमा एउटा बाउन्ड्री हान्यो भने ठिकै हुन्छ कि
13 guys. Just going back to one of the questions from the first season. I just really had a query from Redmond in Germany. I do apologize. He's working for today. He's still not answering my question. I read it out. I never answered. The question was just correct. I really think that he's batting with hope, especially with their legend players acting out God and crucial he has to use cricket. I think Dave impact Paris Hampton's not a game.
13 ओभरको समाप्ति 62 रन बनाएको छ नेपालले नेपालले अब 169 बलमा सरी 169 रन चाहिएको छ 37 ओभरमा सुवेदी मनोजी स्वागत छ हजुरलाई राजेन्द्र बहादुर जी हजुरलाई स्वागत छ सन्देश पोखरे
He's the reason many Nepalis picked up the bat and ball to play cricket, many young Nepalis. And no matter the setting, the students did walking, even into the offices came back and played cricket.
सुशान्त विश्वकर्मा राजेन्द्र बहादुर
All because of Paris Hampton.
भरत पौडेल
In the village, you want legends and heroes like those to look after. And single will be taken easily due to a wave of a throw. For a moment, you thought 20 yards was a little difficult to cover, but not after that throw. Jaskar knew he was on the move. And singles seem to be the language at the moment.
So the ball lead from the chair. Just keep knocking it around. USA.
अमृत हेर्दै छ कि गइसक्यो तिमी
Can't wait for a wicket to happen. They've got to do something. Putting your knocking it all up to maybe from Mohamed Hassan Sheikh. Put the pressure on. Sheikh going defensive against Purtell. But right now it's the same field for both batsmen. They're simply knocking it around. Making it look very, very easy to be.
अमृत हेर्दैछौ कि गइसक्यो तिमी?
It's a little ground damage this time. This could be an opportunity.
Purnagiri, oh wow, 6.
Exactly what USA wanted to see the tackle one of these batsmen, and it's Sheikh who has to walk.
Out भएको छ. Sec. Sorry.
Probably not as much pressure as anything else, but just see Shea giving
First
away.
wicket गिरेको छ नेपालको.
20 odd. He's got to no trouble at all. I don't know if there's just been a bit of frustration. He's chipped it straight down Nisarg Patel's throat. The opening stand is broken. 66 runs they put on. Shake falls for 23. Joy for America. The game comes back into the balance. The drinks come on from the American subs. He's gone for 23. He's made 42 deliveries. Bertel will be joined by Ben and Renata at the ball. 66 for 1.
66 रनमा नेपालको फर्स्ट विकेट गएको छ 14औं ओभर समाप्तिमा. लाइभमा जोडिनु हुने सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ.
Points, 66 for 1, and that shall lift the spirits of
नवीन पाठकजीको अलिकति उसले चाहिँ अब अलिकति बाउन्ड्रीको उसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ विकेट गयो. अलिकति रनको लोभले गर्दाखेरि स्ट्राइक बिस्तारै रोटेट गर्दै खेलेको भए चाहिँ एकदम राम्रो खेल्थे नेपालले. राम्रो खेलि पनि रहेको थियो अहिलेसम्म.
Thank you very much. Let's get in practice for the second tell as well. That ball was shooting into the black night sky, not into either of those four, any of those 4 football pylons, because it was directly square the wicket. The football pylons really out over long off it went in the ground.
मलाई पनि क्याप्टेनको भर त लाग्दैन.
So we decided practicing
के गर्ने अब पहिलाको क्याप्टेन खोजेर भएन.
the last couple of nights, coming up specifically at night time for night sessions. We decided to block out the footballs with their hands to have any chance of seeing them. That's just how bright it is when you do football tell.
It's got a bit more rope to attack. Looks like he's been granted a slip by the skipper.
रोहित र उसको भर हो के रे हाम्रो बुर्तेले. रोहित र बुर्तेले राम्रो गरे.
Start his innings. Plenty of time to get back for 2, even though Patel is left-handed. So a big slip in place.
नवीन पाठकजी.
That's very accustomed to playing spin. Maybe too much, the likes of Gore. But into the leg side, that's a big hit. He's leaving a plug in the outfield. It is, but it should have the pace to run away for 4. Aggressive start from the bowling captain. It's not going to allow, I'm going to say, Mr. Ball to
Down from Alendu. I think he's hit it really well. Well enough for a boundary.
One of the first boundary.
He's straight at the leg side. Once again, he's quite happy taking a single this time around. That was the runs have been accumulated in this particular over. 1 ball to go. He can kill this over Nepal. Once again, this is a very interesting phase. When you lose a wicket after a good partnership, it's important to keep it ticking. Once that single, there was a little hesitation, but there was no ball watching at all. India an excellent run. 15-1, 75-1.
15 ओभरको समाप्ति 75 रन 1 विकेटको क्षति
Take a look at the back and third, but actually well underneath their first few moments. Maybe we walk through a bit of the back and third. Number 3, you'll see Payman next at number 4. And Vanguardia I suspect at 5. And Ishmael at 6. But USA, at least they've broken that opening partnership. They have some life. They need to find wickets. It's great this innings with the wins continuing to flow at 5 over. That's in excess of the required run rate. Taylor across to his right.
O'Neill, Sangam.
Required run rate. Would be for the lead. That would take ball by ball. So 4.5 and over the 8 round.
देव भुजिया मिलन सन्तोष जी सबैलाई स्वागत छ ठीक छ
His lines up. Second or two, he's absolutely no time. He's a very busy player, isn't he?
It's experienced cricketer. One of the veterans of this side. The other one that take December. Pretty strong against spin. There's no doubt about that.
बिस्तारै बिस्तारै खेलेको हुन्छ अब 1-2 रन 1-2 रन अनि बाउन्ड्री त्यसो भने चाहिँ गाह्रो नपर्ला हामीलाई अहिले 154 रनको खाँचो छ 34.3 ओभरमा हाम्रो रन रेट पनि राम्रै छ अहिले रन रेट हाम्रो चाहिँ 4.97 रहेको छ
Another left arm, and spin. Play spin before put it in.
Wonderful over indeed. Just 3 of in own singles. Didn't give it away after picking up the wicket in the previous one. 7 to 8 in the bottom.
Those are 5 balls in so far. We haven't seen one of us like Patel before the drinks break. 2 overs before the drinks break. Taking out of time after the return of play. What far you left drivers? Patel for him, it's a 6th left driver. We make up this American bowling attack, but we need to work with it. Really want to save balls. We wanted to get it. Just wanted to call that. We're trying to come today. So this side Patel took his very best. Week last week. In fact, stay last week. 4 wickets against Papua New Guinea on the ground beside us over number 2. He problems with his action, but he didn't successfully corrected and he was expecting some nice turn of bounce.
Let's get the start of it. Point in place. Very to sleep in place. That's almost Ready, so it's very in place and a man.
Started as well. Good for Patel. Certainly to the latter stages of his career, you'd have to think now. More experience. He's 33 years old. Potentially the beats from the track.
कुशल भुटेल 50 बल खेल्दै 51 बल खेल्दै 44 रन
He's played over the west coast of America these days. Attacking 50 really His name known 18 months ago. Kathmandu, the fastest American time. Let's see, Taylor, who just started over that cover. His record is still last week against Papua New Guinea.
He gets a word of advice from Tester and Ultra. The commissioner just got moved back. I mean, all the way from Bangladesh. To share his insights. You don't see that usually, especially with spinners, because spinners have shot a run up, that means more ground to cover.
It's still feel the ball out because
16.3 ओभरको समाप्ति 80 रन
fingers with his two fingers.
अब हामीलाई 151 रन चाहिएको छ 33.3 ओभरमा हामीलाई रन रेट रिक्वायर्ड चाहिँ
Placement off to
4.51 छ भने हाम्रो
that's all your X there.
अहिलेको हाम्रो रन रेट चाहिँ 4.85 छ रन रेट अलि राम्रो छ तर अहिले एग्रेसिभ खेल्नु भएन
Certainly is extracting more out of the surface than Green Agora was.
That thing's squat into line, going to go forward or back. It's the leading expert for safety.
They're straight to 10 again. A tight start from Nisar Patel, 2 runs from Alba, 17 down. Probably get
2 रन यो ओभरबाट
Stephen Taylor lines off the field for the moment. Close to 1 minute.
80
Take a look at the stats.
17 ओभरको समाप्तिमा 80 रन 1 विकेटको क्षति
Topsy-turvy innings. You felt it. Could have been 30 or 40 more than that many points, and then right towards the end, they were probably fortunate to get up to 230. Beginning of all went for 205 or 210. 230 is all that they just have. Certainly the advantage of ball. 80 for one in the chase.
Actually, to get a last century. It's got that for me.
Change the ball and have a shot. Put that to the attack. Just the one we've heard so far. So trying to find a way back into his spell. We've been dismissively treated in the power play. He's got 4 field seconds, so it's fine. You find back up in the circle, long on and deep backward square leg on the right side. 2 fields to the outside. That's all the defense recover. Third man, right? They're just under the attack taken to him by the bowling batters so far.
Interesting this is going to be. You see, Patel is actually faced a few dot balls before facing this particular bowler again. It's going to be pace on offer. He loves pace. And he knows, the batsman knows he's missed out this one. Was India wanted to send it to the fence? He finds a fielder instead. Alerts are doing well. And this is the support that a youngster needed. Virat swings down the line, but Lothra says, "You got you covered." Beautiful sounding things as it comes off the bat. See the carpet of grass, it will reach this side. It's a single, but it's one of the beauties of the game that you indulge all of your sentences in. And then suddenly you realize it's more than just a single. Sound of the bat. Silence of the body is dancing through the grass. Then of course when the throw is dispatched, the target to the keeper's club. All that makes up this beautiful game, isn't it?
Missed the ball, but Virat this time. Up in the money.
But in the ball, it's an interesting position to field. You might be chinked by the ball time and again. There is a lot of torque as it comes off the bat.
नेपालको रन
But
रेट
Roh's got it covered. moves so quickly. It reminds me of Suresh Raina.
दीपक प्रभावजी स्वागत
His
छ
ability
हजुरलाई
to move quickly.
डीबी सेडाईजी क्यालेन्डर उठाइदिएका छन्
It's going to go over the head of the man out there.
छक्का
Dragged down from
छक्का
Baraka.
ज्ञानेन्द्र मल्लको ब्याटबाट छक्का निस्केको छ ज्ञानेन्द्र मल्लले एउटा चौका एउटा छक्का निस्केका छन्
The ball continued to move on top. Look at this. Ball real long hop. That's dismissively treated.
एकदम उत्कृष्ट छक्का ज्ञानेन्द्र
Really good
मल्लबाट
strike.
Excellent shot from Gyanendra Malla. What was proving to be a good over so far for Abhishek is suddenly gone for the toss. Pouncing on the shot delivery and swinging his bat in this game. The fielder did think, mind you, he was in business, but no, the ball just soared over.
Swing and a miss to close out the Bradford over.
ठुलो सर्ट खेल्न नबुझी हुन्थ्यो अहिले
Change after this. We'll guest commentator come in. And we will see you in about 3 minutes' time. Score now 88-1 after 18.
3 मिनट्स ब्रेक भएको छ अहिले लास्ट ओभरबाट हामीलाई 8 रन प्राप्त भएको छ अहिले टोटली स्कोर चाहिँ हाम्रो 88 मा एक विकेट गएको छ भने 18 ओभरको समाप्ति भइसकेको छ अहिले हाम्रो रन रेट चाहिँ 4.89 छ 3 मिनेटको लागि ड्रिंक्स ब्रेक भएको छ
So, drinks break is done, and with the game right in the balance, going to have a change in the commentary box. Andrew Leonard, I'll have a guest commentator come in and join me. I'll have my old pal come across, make that short hop over from Dubai, Paul Radley of the national newspaper from the UAE. Paul, what have you been doing with yourself for the last 18 months? We've got a lot of associate cricket.
Yeah, I've just been crying for it to start again, really. It's interesting, isn't it? Last time I saw you, actually, was at this corresponding tri-series in Kathmandu that time. It was absolutely fantastic. Very different atmosphere here. Obviously, it was packed. Thousands of people there every match we were at, and obviously, just because of circumstances, obviously can't be the same here. But you know, absolutely lovely occasion, though. Still, all the same.
Too right. It's been 579 days in fact since Cricket World Cup League 2 last had action. It's been that long of a wait for the fans, the ball to get back into competitive ODI action. What have you made of the first innings? You got in last night. USA's batting was kind of a bit mixed, wasn't it?
A little. I couldn't get a gauge of it from where I was sat as to whether the pitch and the conditions and the ball bowling necessitated that. But yeah, it seemed like it was a bit of a grind. And the guys who might have come off once the platform had been set, the guys who might have had a dart, they obviously famously in the last few days, my hot shot.
Nicely bowled, a bit of turn and just a bit of bounce from Mr. That was been impressive in his couple of overs so far.
Yeah, my hot shot obviously got this big billing now, but didn't come to fruition today. Couldn't quite follow it up what he did the other day.
What catch it was, he failed
It
to.
was, yeah, and it was
Sensational.
the best shot he hit as well, probably.
Yeah, there's young crucial Bertel is at the crease at the moment, just pushing up towards 50, which would be a maiden ODI 50 for him. And it's such an impact in the T20 format back in April.
He's having a great game. He's having two great catches. One off Taylor was superb as well.
He ended up with 3 grabs, took it right at the end, but two particularly good grabs, like you said, Paul. You were no doubt watching on that try series or picking up some of the clips, the one that Paul beat the Netherlands and Malaysia there at the TU International Cricket Ground in Kathmandu. What were your first impressions of Crucial Bertel?
I must say, I think you get a better feel when you see a player in the flesh. It's the first time that I'm experiencing that today for him. And his general demeanour, how he carried himself in the field, and obviously this innings, however it goes from this point on, he's looked extremely promising. Not for the first time a young Nepal cricketers come in and made a splash. There's a number of them in this side actually. Mallows did a steady enough job with the ball today. I wonder if we're going to see him bat as well. Yes, it's never something Nepal ever seems to want for his young talent.
You're spot on. And speaking of young talent, Paul, the national newspaper, based in Abu Dhabi there. You can see more young talent. Sanjay Krishnamurthy, just 18 years of age, he brought into the attack. And for those keen Twitter followers, amongst you, I'm sure there's a few, check out Paul Radley, at Paul Radley. We'll read your tweet of his in a moment after we see the first ball. Sanjay Krishnamurthy cut away. Outfield really continues to be quite slow. We'll just be a couple. For those who might be Simpsons fans at home, they might get this reference from Paul. He says, I think Ned Flanders selected this USA cricket bowling lineup. All 5 bowlers used so far have been lefties. In fact, I think it's now 7 bowlers who've all been lefties. The ball 76 for 1, chasing 2-3-1.
Shuffled in the left orion.
The nervy start, a drag down inside the off stump, followed up by the full toss. Amazing story though, Krishnamurthy. Well, I'm not sure if you're listening during the first innings. A week ago, or sorry, 5 or 6, even 4 or 5 days ago, I think it was Thursday last week, he woke up to a WhatsApp message on his phone saying, Sanjay, I'm able to get on the plane at 4 o'clock this afternoon from San Francisco.
Wow. And he managed to negotiate all the COVID protocols,
Luckily, a big appeal, probably just drifting down the leg side, no real turn for Sanjay Krishnamurthy. Luckily, like a lot of these American players, double vaccinated, so able to get a quick PCR test, get onto the flight. 8 hours later, there he was, on the way to Qatar, and then coming down here to Muscat and Oman. Inside edge, just a bit of threat. Will just be a single from that.
I'm not even sure he looks as old as his age. Very young looking, bookish looking, I'd say.
Yeah, it's something to see Paul. Bowler bowling in glasses. The great Daniel Vittori.
Oh, I've got a theory about this. Left arm spinners, I'm sure there's a far higher rate of them wearing glasses.
Mitchell Satner, of course, who's basically essentially replaced Daniel Vittori, the spectacle, left arm orthodox for New Zealand.
Trying to think now off the top of my head who are all the others I thought of. There's one in UAE, Milan Kaswani, he's a young player.
Good use of the feet, can't pierce the infield. So we're going to close out a first ever over in international cricket for the youngster. Just 4 runs coming from it, a good start. Nepal, after 20 overs, are 93 for 1. Paul, let me ask you a bit about Cricket World Cup League 2, the context of it, the importance of it, and I suppose the state of play of it at the moment. Where is it at?
It's pretty fractured, I'd say. You just called up the table there, some teams, well, the United States are playing their 30th game today, Nepal only playing their 5th. So it's difficult to follow and get a real steer, well, not difficult to follow, but difficult to get much of a steer on who the potential top sides are in it.
Massive appeal and given. That's the second wicket. USA needed that. Going in
Getting the ball out.
Despairingly back at the umpire. He had no doubt whatsoever. Sweep, you're always putting yourself in trouble.
Shit.
We're going to have to take a look at the replay to see just how straight this was. He's line of it.
ठुलो शट खेल्ने क्रममा ज्ञानेन्द्र आउट शट खेल्न परेकै थिएन हैन
Did it turn it up? Has it found an upturn? Certainly pitched in line, Paul. But all that matters is the umpire's finger went up, so Mala's stay at the crease is a short one. He's gone for 17 in no time at all. USA, they needed that wicket. The swings again.
Absolutely. I think I was just trying to call up the tweet actually. Apologies to who sent it to me and Peter Della Pena. This will be the highest score. Sorry, here it is. Nepal have chased 200 plus target only twice in List A cricket. This is at Nepal cricket 99 seconds to Peter 9. Nepal have chased 200 plus target only twice in List A cricket in the past, and both times Paris Kapka, their captain, scored a century. So Mala going there, wasn't playing that sort of innings, and he looked totally disconsolate, didn't he? I don't know whether it was disappointment at the decision or whether it's just disappointment that he wouldn't be playing that vital anchor role from here.
Going to be one of the youngsters in this before we side, a real star of the future, Rowan Powell in at number 4. We just felt this game was always set up to be a thrilling chase. It's never going to be made easy. Patel, look at that. Drift in, dip, and turn away.
It's going to be tricky, isn't it? If it's doing that at this stage, spinners are going to have a big role to play from here on in, you think.
The interesting thing for me as well is you think of Nepal, you think of left arm spin.
Yeah.
And just Kushal Mala and Sushant Bari in this team, no Raj Banshi in the squad. And what we've seen is often 30 plus overs bowled with spin. But today they only had the option of 30. They only had Lamachani and the 2 left arm spinners. Do you think perhaps they would like to have one more in their squad to have an option of?
I'm not sure. Well, I suppose, yeah, the way the singers went today, maybe. But 3 should really be enough, shouldn't it? Would you say?
The approach to Sandeep Lamachani was really interesting. There's no doubt American. I'm not saying they tried to block him out. They're very noticeably trying not to lose their wicket to someone who's such a big threat. Nisar Patel has started really, really well here.
That's just actually, it's a point I noticed you made to Sandy the other night after his 6 start at the same ground. No dew at all at the ground, which is really going to help the spinners.
Beautiful, bit of bounce. Patel is causing problems. That's a wicket made. The game is back in the balance. A lot rides on these young 2, Kushal Patel and Rohit Patel. 21 overs gone. It's 93 for 2. I've got Paul Radley, the national newspaper, can join us. Look at the bounce here, Paul. Just tell us a bit more about the importance of this league, Paul, and so someone like UAE cricket you're such a fan of and a correspondent for. To be able to get those guaranteed 36 ODIs and the efforts made by all these countries to get the games played.
Yeah, and it really has been an effort, hasn't it? To go 19 months of have a 19-month hiatus between matches. That's a massive chunk of no contextual cricket being played. The UAE themselves, even up until that point, this tournament was doing for a little bit of trouble by the fact that the first game UAE lost, UAE was supposed to play Scotland in an ODI in Sharjah as part of this tournament, and it was the first ever game of ODI cricket that's ever been rained off in Sharjah. So you know your luck's out if it's raining at all in Sharjah, let alone enough for it to rain a cricket match off. And then they also lost another match later on in the next series they played because of the sad death of Sultan Qaboos over here. And that match I think is still outstanding. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it.
I think they'll probably try and tag that on to one of the other series that are played. Christian Murphy's going to continue from the Al Emiraat end. I thought it was only the Irish that could make it rain in the UAE. Famously back on the T20 World Cup qualifiers, isn't it? Watched it against Italy there in Abu Dhabi.
Yes, following your boys again today, actually. I do think their game was late starting against Zimbabwe.
It's been a good start this from Christian Murphy. And one of the difficulties really for Netravalkar is with so many bowlers in his side. You know, he almost has to be quite ruthless with the way he rotates them.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine, though. Prefer that to the other.
That's going to be 50 for Kushal Patel. The cheers in the background gave it away. All the fans into the ground now. They're all Nepali ones, to be honest. He lifts the bat. It's a maiden ODI 50 for young Kushal Patel, 24 years of age. And he's got there in some style. It's come off 67 deliveries, 2 4s and 1 maximum.
Kushal Patel 50.
With a really nice rhythm and a nice tempo.
The maximum was a shot of the day. Absolutely stunning straight drive that was.
Might give people a sense as to just how big that 6 Abhishek Paradkar hit was as well. Went onto the groundsman shed on oval 2.
Yeah, it was you. Ola hung his head at that point. It was just, was it second last ball or third last ball?
Paul, you were there. You referred to it as soon as you came on air. You were there the last time we saw each other in Kathmandu 18 months ago. Getting messages in from all over the world. People telling us they're up watching at 2 o'clock in the morning from Australia. Fantastic fans. What is the scale of passion that you saw as we get to the end of the 22nd over 94 for 2 in Nepal, in Kathmandu there in particular?
Well, to be honest, I was sort of briefed for it because of the support they've had everywhere, particularly in Sharjah when Nepal have come to play, also in Dubai. So it's particularly excited to get across for that series. And absolutely was not disappointed, just amazing how many people are obviously inside the ground, as you normally would be, but how many people are locked outside the ground, watching over the fence from any vantage point. Obviously, the way the ground is there to you, it goes up the hill anyway, so it's not that you can stop people watching from just stood on sensible vantage points just over the hill, but the amount of people that are climbing up trees to get a look at the cricket was, it's real sort of golden age sort of stuff, really.
It was just before the whole world changed, really, wasn't it? Big change. A matter of weeks later, as the cut shot beats the fielder, who's wrong-footed, Christian Murphy, so they will get back for a couple. Patel gives him a double teapot, not too happy with the youngster.
नेपालको रन रेट घटिसकेको छ अहिले रन रेट अहिले करेन्ट रन रेट 4.33 छ भने हामीलाई रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट चाहिँ 4.85 रहेको छ 135 रन चाहिएको छ हामीलाई 27.5 ओभरमा
Flipped into the air on the next side. We were doing a daily television program and
ठुलो स्कोर पनि हैन
and then we were so busy.
135
तर
तर
reports of this.
2 विकेट गइसकेको छ हाम्रो
First, and then you heard the stories in Italy. And then next thing we knew, the league was cancelled. And it was one of the first sporting events to fully cancel because they were starting to struggle to get players over. The overseas stars that will make the Emirates Premier League such a success returns in just 12 days, actually, on the 25th of September. As we see, interesting fielding position. The helmet's going to be chucked to Susha Madani. He's going to come into City Point. You'd love to see this in an ODI, don't you?
There's a bit of pressure on here, Rohit. Scored off his first 8 balls. I'm putting a little bit more on here. That is good. That's good pressing captaincy, that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that from Netravalkar. But then, yeah, like you said, next thing we knew, the whole world was turned upside down. I was lucky enough to get out of the ball the second last flight out.
Really?
Just Airlines. I was in big trouble. just about get there and the whole had to do 3 or 4 weeks of quarantine as I remember. And then
Well,
the rest
good
of it
boy,
I
Laura.
by myself. Didn't know where I was or what was going on. To be frank. But yeah, luckily we are back to cricket and back to associate cricket most importantly.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say back to normality there, and I suppose can't really quite claim that just yet. But yeah, we're lucky to have this cricket to see.
Tell us about that T20 World Cup as well.
Aggressive खेल्न भएन आज
Not just to play in, but
नबिनजी
group stages.
भन्दै
You
थियो
know, that
हो
was host the first
अलिकति
time T20 World Cup.
नेपालले चाहिँ अलिकति कस्तो भन्दा अरे
Yeah, a bit of a mixed blessing for you.
अलिकति बााउन्ड्रीतिर ध्यान दिइरहेको छ बााउन्ड्री भन्दा पनि प्लस स्ट्याक रोटेट गर्दै खेल्दै भने सजिलो हुन्थ्यो 79 रन पुगेको छ 22.4 ओभरमा करेन्ट 1 रनले
Non-featuring in the preliminary stage, we'll be hoping to use their knowledge of home conditions to make it to the main stage as well. That's part of the reason I came down here actually, is to see what the changes are happening. So it's absolutely stunning cricket ground. It does look a little bit different, I must say, to February last year when I was last here.
It's a little bit like a field of dreams in the middle of the desert, doesn't it?
Yes, it really does, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like.
Chipped in the air. Just a bit of a extra tension in those wrists, in those arms because of that silly point in place. It's going to close out Patel's
यो ओभरमा
6 runs coming from that one. The 100 comes up. 23 gone, it's 100 for 2.
6 रन आएको छ हामीलाई
Looking ahead to that T20.
100 रन यससँगै 100 रन पुगेको छ हाम्रो 23 ओभरको समाप्तिमा 2 विकेटको क्षति
Change from the last edition in 2016. 2 will go through from each of those groups to what will maybe a Super 12. Give us your thoughts.
चन्द्र ढुङ्गानाजी अब ज्ञानेन्द्रको अब ज्ञानेन्द्रलाई पनि दोष दिन काम छैन अब अलिकति अम्पायरको पनि गल्ती देखियो आउट चाहिँ थियो जस्तो त लागेन मलाई के लाग्छ हजुरहरुलाई
They've been struggling very much in this competition, and obviously a long time without cricket, struggled in those matches that were here last week. So they haven't got good form yet, but they've got a bit of cricket to play before that.
What would you be predicting from that Group B? Do you think Bangladesh will be very heavily favoured? They're in good form beating New Zealand?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think they're a pretty strong team actually. They're lucky to get that phase. They're exceptional in home conditions, which has probably fueled what you were saying about their good form. And then just looking at it probably between Scotland and Oman for that next qualification berth today.
It's a funny one as that's cut away to Madani. It's good ground to his right, will keep it to a single. I wouldn't relate PNG either because I think the T20 format will certainly suit them better. They were impressive in the qualifier, weren't they?
रन रेट हाम्रो घटिसकेको छ अहिले 4.30 छ हाम्रो रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट चाहिँ 4.91 रहेको छ हामीसँग अहिले 26.3 ओभर बाँकी रहेको छ भने 130 रन ल्याउनु पर्ने छ ओभरमा
I think one interesting tidbit that I picked up from chatting to their captain Asido Avala during those 4 ODIs last week was they were saying they
इन्स्टामा अल कोर्स फ्री चेक गर्न भन्नु भनेको छ के हो त्यो मैले बुझेको छैन के गर्नु भन्नु भएको त्यसमा के छ र त्यसमा लाइभ छ र
alien to their culture, to their way of life. Really, the way they love to live with such exuberance and celebrate with such passion. And in game 1, there was none of that on display. It gradually just started to creep.
Your work last ball.
So, I think the best thing for them is the fact that they had those 4 games last week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a huge amount of context to them. They're, yes, ODI rankings points, but no real harm done. They're going to prep time for next week for their series against, I think it's Namibia and Oman. I think it's Scotland and Oman, actually, I'll correct myself. And then it's the big challenge, the T20 World Cup. And I think they'll be just coming to the ball then, 2 months in the Middle East. I think they might even surprise a few people.
24 रनको समाप्तिमा 102 रन 2 विकेटको क्षति
Anybody could win it. Anyone on the ball.
अब हामीलाई 100
What about
29 रन चाहिएको छ 26 ओभरमा
Namibia, Netherlands, two test
हाम्रो
matches in that.
करेन्ट रन रेट चाहिँ 4.25 रहेको छ भने हामीलाई रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट चाहिँ 4.96 छ
Actually, UAE.
भुर्तेल
UAE
71 बलमा 55 रन बनाउँदै खेलिरहेका छन् भने पौडेल 16 बलमा 3 रन बनाउँदै खेलिरहेका छन्
Then it's got World T20 to follow, so T20 World Cup, I should say, to follow. So there's a load of traffic going on the ground.
Those games going to be held up at the sevens, Greg.
Those games will be held up at the sevens, and it's actually quite a different. Even you think, oh, people go to the UAE, all conditions are going to be much less an X factor. Each of the grounds, including the sevens, have all got very different characteristics in terms of the pitch and the conditions, and even sounds bizarre to say, weather conditions. Out of the sevens, there's no stands on any of the grounds.
It's also a long way inland, isn't it? Mix up and a slip. You will get back.
Whoa,
See,
whoa.
Bertel just
What was that?
saying, don't take one to
Odell.
the point. Not to the young
Calm
team.
down.
Yeah, that sevens goes quite away inland, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much further inland than any of the three main.
Good work from Christian Murphy, wasn't it? The cross to his right, throw came in, but
It was. I think the batsman probably thought there was a run on there. On the basis that it did go a long way to his right, and obviously being left-handed, there probably could have been a run there actually. No major harm done there.
like what Patel is doing though. He's just clawing this game back. Look at that required run rate at the bottom of your screen. The first time it's got above 5 and over after that rapid start from Bertel. Even Bertel himself just noticeably
रन रेट बढिरहेको छ करेन्ट रन रेट भने सरी करेन्ट रन रेट घटिरहेको छ भने रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट बढिरहेको छ रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट हाम्रो अहिले 5.08 पुगेको छ भने करेन्ट रन रेट 4.16 मा घटिसकेको छ
I'm back in a close finish. Just mainly because we're watching Nepal. If they were chasing 20, they'd still make it close. If they were chasing 300, they'd get it heart stopping. Yeah, it's pretty excited to see what's going to come actually.
Tell us about this facility here, the new floodlights. First look at it.
Amazing, yeah, it's so crisp. Looking from here, it's such great viewing.
Christian Murphy starting to cause problems, and the runs have just dried up. The runs have dried up in a big way. We saw this quite a bit in the middle of the American batting innings as well. He's got some control back. Control coming from good mix of youth and experience. The youngster. Very natural left arm spinner, doesn't it?
He's got really smooth actually. Looks nervous. I mean, I'm sure he is nervous, or he certainly was before he got into it. He's just seeing him walking around the field. Actually, he seemed a little bit like, as it is, a young kid trying to make friends with the big boys in the team. But he's set down really well here, must be said.
Slide sweep shot and gets it behind square. That's good batting.
चौका पौडेलको विराटबाट
Only one
पहिलो
man
चौका
in the
भएको
team. Just a
छ
shake of the head from Christian Murphy. He acknowledges that is a good shot, and that's a really good placement because the man out in the deep on the leg side is kind of mid-wicket, isn't he, Paul? To away for 4.
That's a lovely shot. Although he looks like he's done himself a mischief. I'm not sure whether that's cramp or the way he went straight away. I hope there's nothing worse than cramp because that could be a pulled muscle in his back. Cramp.
Yeah, I think it is cramp. Yeah, good cramp.
Yeah.
Good cramp Laporni onto the field in a Paul physio. Much love, Vicky. That'll give both sides a bit of an opportunity just to come together, just to collect their thoughts. Young Christian Murphy has been a young cricketer that's been the talk of American cricket really over the last 18 months or so. Minor league cricket was due to get going last year. Didn't. There were some exhibition matches, franchise exhibition matches in 2020. He was the MVP of those at the age of 17. Really, he's continued that good form this year. He was the bowler of the tournament, leading wicket taker at the under-19 national championship, presented by none other than Ali Khan, which is a good man to be receiving an award from. And then he's getting good form at the bat and ball for these big Blazers. 18 years of age. Like you said, he looks pretty unperturbed on his international debut.
He does look, even there, he's still on his own 100 metres up there. It's just, no, he looks like just exactly what he is, really. A young lad trying to find his way. But I think from what we've seen so far, from what you just described, hopefully he's got a big future in the game. He's all the tools, certainly.
Yeah, I think one of the lovely things about Christian Murphy, like so many of these young American cricketers, American born, American bred, learning all their cricket in the vast academy structures that pan across the United States. It's not a more traditional cricketing structure like the UK or Ireland, or say that for Australia, where you have long-standing clubs that would be established for long times with youth structures. A lot of the youth cricket goes on through academies. You don't have to pay the academies. You go and train indoors, and then you don't pay for that academy. In the summer, he's been part of the Willow Cricket Academies on the West Coast. And it seems to be a real production line of talent. 150,000, 200,000 cricketers a week playing every week in the United States. We've got the numbers, it's just the challenge of geography.
Yeah, that's interesting. That sounds very similar in lots of ways to what it's like in the UAE, where obviously I'm based. All young cricketers come through the system there in academies rather than clubs. And that's right. There's not. You wouldn't really say there's a club cricket structure at senior level either.
Slower through the air, brave bowling, but greeted on the full by Tell. The treatment seems to have worked. The Oracle is moving a little bit more freely. There's magic in those hands. And Vicky, I tell you that before we physio, special man.
It's understandable that we keep going down with cramp given the conditions.
It's quite funny, Paul. I was reading out some of the questions from the Nepali fans in the first half coming out on Twitter, sending me tweets and Instagrams. And one of the questions was, what do you think of the bad form of Kushal Bertel?
It's a tough score.
And I have to chuckle, and I didn't want to laugh as I read it. Because what I wanted to say was he was player of the series in his first 5 T20Is. He got to either 46-run opening stand with SC Shape in the first game, and yes, he got a low score in the second game. But look at him here now, 62 not 8, guiding this chase home.
One game bad streak that he was having. He's picked it. He looks really good, I must say. First time I've seen him in the flesh, as I said before. Yeah, just big concern will be obviously he's playing such a key role here. He's dropped anchor, and he can't really just shake cramp off. So I wonder how it's all going to pan out here.
Well, if it pans out in any way like the cramp that Stephen Taylor had in game 1, where he decided he couldn't run anymore, so he was just going to smash the ball everywhere against Papua New Guinea last week. 82 off 54, including the fastest ever 50 in American ODI cricket. The American total of 230 has been set up by that 100 from Madank Patel. The game feels like it's still right in the balance. There's many twists and turns. Don't go anywhere. Almost exactly 5 and over. Powell just taking his time to get going. Into the air, and so fortunate to go wide of the point fielder. I thought that might have just looped up to him, temptingly bowled by Nisar Patel.
It's loose, isn't it? A loose shot. They might just be feeling the pressure now.
Nicely bowled, turning upper again. I think the biggest thing is that Noel Powell can't afford to continue to dot up ball, can he? Can't put it all on Bertel's shoulders.
Nice. Good delivery that was. What a great shot.
Does get it away for a single, but still just 7 off 26. And the forward run rate's going to hover at 5 and over. You sense if America could find the wicket of Bertel, they might feel as though they're almost on top.
They'd definitely be ahead at that point. Just feels a little bit like Nisar here. He's playing a sort of Lamachani role.
Reverse sweep, and he gets it away. It's a good shot from Kushal Bertel.
Kushal Bertel swipe भनेको छ
so it's almost risk-free.
So
Will they take on a third? They won't. Good arm from Krishna Murthy. That's brilliant from the 18-year-old. And again, you can see Bertel struggling with cramp, struggling to turn, and just as well they didn't go for that.
Yeah, no, there definitely wasn't in it, even if it was right as rain. I was just about to say that sort of shot that he played there is something they're going to have to try because they can't be like the USA were against Amsterdam and just let him bowl out his overs and just not get any runs off him.
It's nicely bowled, and again, it's just a slightly strange field, isn't it? Not too often you see a left arm spinner turning the ball away from the bat. No one behind square on the offside.
Yeah, that's what I think. The reverse sweeper's a better option than it. We saw he beat the outside edge. Beat the outside edge on a conventional but sort of half batted. I'm not describing this very well. Shot a couple of balls ago. Reverse sweep might be an option.
Almost every ball seems to be going there as well.
Yeah, but they find in the field most of the time. That's why his figures are so good.
Interestingly, just one missed comment from us. Those 2 runs given us byes, in fact. I thought there was contact made, but
the intent was correct.
Yeah, 27 overs gone. Nepal 117 for 2. So we'll look at the batting card, and you might tell the viewers watching out at home about that youngster Kushal Malla. The innings he played 18 months ago that you witnessed and wrote at length about.
Yeah, he changed again, didn't he? What was his record? Was the youngest player to make ever to make an ODI 50, and it was, if a player can do that, if the team sort of 182 or something go and have a dart, but they were really struggling at the time. It turned the game round, and like we were just saying earlier on, so much young talent through the ball, and he definitely didn't mention in that. He's actually already come over to play in the Abu Dhabi T10, where he would have featured alongside a host of stars. Played Team Abu Dhabi, which probably had a little bit to do with the fact that Paris Kapka is the team mentor. I'm not exactly sure of his title, but something along those lines.
Just come back live with you there. Sorry for having the graphics still up. Single into the leg side. It is funny that T20 or T10 is an example franchise circuit, but it almost seems to be as much as to who you know. You have to link the players who played with each other, regularly signing for the same teams or for the similar teams as Kenji comes back into the attack here. Good half stop from Jaskaran Malhotra, and that had just fallen more kindly for him. There could have been a run out opportunity. Surprised to see Krishna Murphy take it off?
No, it's more. They've got lots of options, like you said before. Wow, yes.
It's a big shot. Big
Chapka.
one into the deep. Crucial Bertel. He's hitting with the wind.
Kushal Bertel
Going
chapka
across
haneका छन्
that side
Bertel
of the
छ.
ground. And it's going to go probably, maybe even out over the fence. It is. It's out of the ground. The biggest hit of the day for Nepal. And he is guiding this chase with a big 6 off Kenjiga.
There's actually a big hole in the fence over there. There's actually a panel missing in the fence over there, so it might well have gone out onto the road. A little football pitch over the other side where our Amarat football team were training earlier on a sand or gravel field. Ball nearly ended up on there.
Just felt that Krishna Murthy was in a nice rhythm. Not too sure as to why he's been taken up. But this goes back to my point to you about you almost have too many bowling options. Look at them all there stacked up on the screen.
I can't see that it's a massive problem having lots of options if they're all good bowlers. And that's when he had done well, Krishna Murthy, but that's what might have been reaching the point where they knew exactly what they were getting from him and could have lined him up. So I don't think it's a bad move, but then having said that, they just back the next the third ball that the new bowlers bowled halfway down the street. So it was a terrible decision to take on.
Coming within 2 figures now, 106 more to win. Bertel guiding this chase comfortably, confidently. Gets that one through for the single despite the best efforts of Jaskaran Malhotra. Let me ask you about that innings. I'm sure you
Strike मा पौडेलले पुगेका छन्.
173 not out for 6 sixes.
To be fair, or would it be fair to say that that's come from nowhere, that innings? When you know far more better than I do, but just checking through his other stats, and nothing suggested that was coming at all.
There's been a bit of form in domestic cricket that has shown that he had the potential of that. There was one club innings and he had something like a ludicrous 30 odd 6s in the innings. 90 off 35 for the Morrisville Cardinals in minor league. He's worked incredibly hard, left out of the team.
recent times, but you saw from the quality of the striking, 6-6s in particular, they weren't just creeping over the rope, were they?
And last over as well. So he's probably pretty tired by that point. To summon that much power, one went through, nearly knocked down the new building that they're building over there. To hit with such power, I mean, we saw it in actual fact earlier on today. He didn't get anywhere else today, but the ball they got out to, hit it so cleanly. It ended up on the boundary, the fielder in no time whatsoever. So, don't know if it's, would you say it's timing or brute strength? What's it down to?
He's done a little bit of both. He's certainly worked really, really hard on fitness and put himself together. And for all the statistical nerds at home, I think myself in this one, I'm going to be disappointed. Because the 29th over of the innings, we are finally going to see an over delivered by a right arm on Stephen Taylor.
Boom.
He's ruined the left armer's fun.
Ned Flowers would not be happy with this.
Stephen Taylor with all his off breaks. He managed only one over last week against PNG. And it so nearly finds a wicket. I thought that Powell's back leg had just drifted out. Good sharp footwork. Flighted by Taylor, but he's a lot quicker on you than you think, isn't he, live?
Yeah, he's sort of got the strong action. Even though that had a bit of loop, it still comes through a quite good rate, quite a bit of zip on it.
It's a tight start this from Taylor, but dots aren't enough for USA at the moment. They need wickets. I'm going to tell you why he only bowled one over last week. Drinks break, 17th over. Comes out, bowls the first over straight after the drinks break. It's a long shot so nearly to the left hand of Kareem Agor. If anyone could have caught that, it would have been Kareem Agor. Bowls is over and is immediately down in his haunches. We're seeing what was being drunk during the drinks break, and Taylor was off the pitch. Great effort that from Kareem Agor. Let's take getting used to the extreme heat of the Middle East.
And also the food here is so good. It might have overeaten.
The first innings. It's the first inning. Yet. So to think that he went out and still smashed 82 off 54 in the second innings is quite something. Really good start for Taylor. Just a single off it and very nearly a spectacular catch hit to Kareem Agor. But USA are going to need to find some wickets. It's 128 for 2 after 29. Where would you turn next if you were the American captain, Paul Radley?
Well, the spinners have all been very tight, but as you said, the longer this goes on, this stand, the more the game is in Nepal's hands. So, do you bring on a quick, try and push for that wicket? I think it's pretty vital that they get it. So maybe the captain could bring himself back. What would you say?
I look at you like a mind reader. It's not like you were looking out on the.
I'll be honest. The new floodlights are very good, but my eyesight's not that great. I saw that.
No, I think that's a good choice. He said Netravalka, the most economical of the American bowlers. Let's do his career economy rate. You're going to enjoy this. I know you're a huge cricket fan that you are. 3.2 is career economy rate. We were running through the list earlier of some of the most economical bowlers in ODI history. It really is quite the list. Joel Garner, Michael Holding, Derek Underwood, all people from a bygone era.
Different era where obviously run rates are so much lower. Yeah, I remember him bowling in Sharjah near the start of this tournament, actually, this competition, and it's just impossible to get away, really. So accurate, and then obviously Sharjah, despite what the IPL would have you believe, isn't actually the easiest scoring ground.
There's just something about him, isn't it? Difficult to get away. There's that list of most economical bowlers of all time. Very difficult to find any current players in that. Netravalka will only get a chance to go to this list when he reaches the minimum of 20 ODIs. That's the cutoff. With Joel Garner, 3.09, Bob Willis, 3.28, Sir Richard Hadley, Michael Holding, Andy Roberts, Kirby Ambrose, Malcolm Marshall, Angus Fraser. They're all names from a bygone
They
era.
are. They're all great to the game, obviously, but the format is slightly different. Back then too. Makes a difference. Kevin Larson, that's one that sticks out as perhaps not being overly similar to the likes of Joe Garner and so on. No one else can put there. Great names on there.
President of Pakistan is our Prime Minister, correction of Pakistan's in there as well. Imran Khan, 3.89. I think anything under 4 is world class, isn't it? Whatever the era. But very few modern players in that list. And the reason there's not many modern players in that list, it's just so difficult, isn't it? The modern game to keep things tight. Metrovalka continues to press. He needs to find wickets, so I'm not sure. So you start Patel on your screen there. I'm not sure if it is the right call to go back. Building up top balls isn't what USA necessarily need right now, Paul, is it?
What would you suggest is the best wicket taking option for USA on a even day?
The bowler with the best strike rate. It was an aggressive shot from
Overrun.
Pehgal. Good work from Monak Patel, but Pehgal would get back.
रोहितको धेरै डट बलले गर्दाखेरि
Green Boar's probably been a bit
कुशल
of a
भुटेललाई चाहिँ अलिकति प्रेसर पर्ने सम्भावना छ
best fluency in Elmore.
प्रेसर पर्दै गइरहेको छ भनौँ न
Chronically underused, the big man. It's an
अहिले
extra bit.
37 बलमा 11 रन चढेका छन्
To Hutchinson here.
भन्ने रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट चाहिँ बढिरहेको छ
From this side, Patel would have just kept him going. Really finding turn and grip and bounce.
Yeah, perhaps really tidy bowlers, but like a real obvious wicket taking option might be.
It's exactly what they're missing, isn't it? The leg spinner, the threat of Lamachani.
Yeah, it's not something you could just go out and find either.
Just trying to find some names in that list who are active and currently playing. One that stands out, Rashid Khan. Career economy, 3.91, but him and Cindy Singh of Ireland at 3.86. They look to me to be the only men on the entire list. Mujib Rahman of Afghanistan, just under 4 as well. Ahmed Raza of the UAE.
He's so reliable like that.
Looks for the scoop shot. Just taken by Pehgal. Pehgal's innings is going nowhere in a hurry. 11 off 39. 30 overs gone. Still the game on. It's 132.
At the moment, he's keeping the United States in the game at the moment.
20 ओभरको समाप्ति भइसक्यो
I shouldn't worry too much. Just at the
20
moment.
ओभरको 20 ओभरमा अब हामीले 101 रन ल्याउनु
Could be problematic.
आवश्यक छ रन रेट रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट 5.05 पुगिसकेको छ भने हाम्रो करेन्ट रन रेट चाहिँ 4.33 छ घटेर
As an off spinner, he often bowls the death overs for his team. So
हाम्रो पौडेल सरले चाहिँ एकदम धेरै डट बल खेलेर कुशल भुटेललाई चाहिँ अलिकति प्रेसर गरिसकेको छ Wow. छक्का
Single-handedly put down in the crowd, as you said, Paul. That is a glorious shot. The perfect strike, and he's held his shape beautifully over the offside.
take some fit. Down two, absolutely glorious. Saw the 6 early in his innings, the straight drive that went straight like an arrow. That was gone over sort of wide extra cover, spilt by the guy watching from in front of the new stand, and had to be retrieved from under the half-built bleachers.
Yeah, interesting that he took on the challenge immediately from the first ball of the over. Don't think he wants that required run rate to come into the game. He continues to go as he is. He said a few overs ago, just says he's struggling in the middle overs. He's almost caught up to a run of ball again there. It's wide of Stephen Taylor. USA just failing to find a way right now. Surely it's going to be plain sailing in the chase for Nepal, is it not?
Wow, it's Ben Rohit's just causing big problems though for Nepal. Berto goes, then next man in's always got to start in the same way. So I'm going to say 1 wicket away from being really in this game, I think. But the question is where it's
यो ओभरमा
They get spot on.
9 रन आइसकेको छ
Find that wicket. They nearly do.
So
It's
good
just
there.
chipped over the head of Nash
हल्का
Benjay.
प्रेसर पौडेलले पनि अलि उठाएर खेलेका छन्
We're trying to squeeze Pau but put pressure on it, but takes a bit of a chance, gets it over the offside. The wicket
2 रन
goal
लिन
needs to
सक्छौँ
be the wicket of Bertel.
Yeah, then
14 run,
start again. And it should be
41 बलमा
through, but keep the scoring rate up at the same time. So it's a bit of pressure on his shoulders here.
11 runs coming from that over, an expensive one, one of the most expensive of the innings so far. 13 off Abhishek Baradkar, higher. USA have questions to answer. Let's take a look at bowling card again here. Keep going back to the point, but 8 bowlers used, 7 left armers.
90 रनको आवश्यक छ हामीलाई 19 ओभरमा
Trying everything, but not quite settling on
रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट चाहिँ हाम्रो 4.74 छ करेन्ट रन रेट चाहिँ हाम्रो 4.55 रहेको छ
Go and find a Sandeep Lanichani or a sort of express quick bowler that is what's crying out for at the moment, this situation.
Petrolaka will continue from the Emirates end. Brilliant to have the thoughts of Paul Radley, who is sitting in the commentary box with me, Andrew Leonard. You're very welcome along wherever you're watching.
स्ट्राइक मा कुशल बुल्तेल
All the way around the world. Paul Radley, of course, sports reporter and cricket journalist for the national newspaper in the UAE. Paul, how has the lockdown been and the COVID period been there? You've been in the UAE church?
Yeah, I just got back to the UK this summer for via Mallorca. Have you been to Mallorca? Where did you go in Spain for the previous tournament?
It was La Manga for the ICC
La Manga,
Women's
okay.
European qualifier, T20 World Cup qualifier.
Yeah, and lucky to have a summer holiday this year. Really, well, extremely lucky given the situation at the moment. Other than that, yeah, lockdown in Dubai.
Another adventurous shot from Bertel showing all his skills. No fine leg in place as we've seen so often. It's going to be the keeper who's going to go herring after it, and he'll cut off the third. Good work from Kareem Agor right into the stumps as well. Bertel is playing a sparkling gem of a knock here.
So I thought that was the 6 that he hit was absolutely sparkling in the last over. But to play that shot, no fielder, it just shows he's thinking very clearly, even though he's struggling with cramp. He's been on the field for 80 odd overs now. To think that clearly is be so aware of exactly where the field is and what's going on is brilliant, really.
Nicely bowled again by Natural recorded quickly. Nicely Gore's left arm spin called upon, I suspect, or maybe back to Nisar Patel. USA just possibly wilting a touch in the heat.
आज कुशल भुल्तेलको सेन्चुरी हेर्न पाइएला जस्तो छ
They're perhaps getting a bit frustrated with, like, they know they're obviously very aware that the wicket changes the game. They're pushing for it, and the longer the weight goes on for it, the more stress.
जित्न चाहिँ खोइ जित्छ कि तर हाम्रो पौडेल सरले चाहिँ अलि
Cutter from Natural. He does this so clever.
डट बल चाहिँ धेरै खानुभयो
Yeah, slow, but in exactly the same spot as.
त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ अरू कुशलजीलाई चाहिँ अलिकति
Very active.
प्रेसर परिरहेको छ उता रन रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट पनि बढिरहेको छ
Side in the game where he needs to find this break.
अहिले हामीलाई चाहिँ एउटा ओभरमा एउटा बाउन्ड्री चाहिँ
With that cutter,
चाहिएको छ
attempt
कि रन रेट
Patel to take on mid-off up in the circle.
सुधार्नको लागि
Surprised if Bertel does try to hit down the ground.
If he's got mid off on this ball, then I'll be very impressed.
Runs it down and checks it down. It's a third man. Powell back off strike. And Powell's innings, not under as much pressure because of
Yes.
strike rate of Bertel.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, you can see by the way they played the last Taylor over. That's 6 off the first ball, takes the pressure off completely, and then between them, They just knocked it around for the rest of the over, and then they're ahead of the rate at that point.
Feel really in desperation more than any reality. Clearly pitching outside leg for Normandy. 44. Nothing really in that ball, was there?
I started outside, probably straightened as well, so it wasn't even going to hit one, I thought. Not much going for it, that shot, but as we've been saying for a while now, it's a bit desperate for that one. Yeah, desperate, maybe pushing it a bit, but they can definitely do with it.
87 more to win of 18 overs. So I just want to say a huge thanks to Paul Radley of the National. Always great to hear his thoughts. Paul, you might come and join us some point again during the week. And really good to see you.
87 रन चाहिएको छ हामीलाई 18 ओभरमा रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट 4.83 हाम्रो करेन्ट रन रेट चाहिँ 4.50 रन रेट सुधार्न पनि
Continuing
स्थिति
to
देखिएको छ
fluctuate, but the ball certainly ahead at the moment, you feel?
Absolutely they are. Courtesy Kushal Patel. The moment Yannick Malla went, he knew somebody had to play anchor's role. Patel said, look no further. And that senses. Oh, that's close.
Massive appeal. That looks
Oh,
quite close. It's given.
no.
It was very, very full, and that is a huge moment in the match because Bertel has been trapped in front. The change of ball, and we wondered who it was going to be. We were talking to Paul Radley about it. Was it going to be Nisar Patel back into the attack? It is. Has it turned it up? That's the question. Definitely pitched in line, and maybe just going on to clip leg stump. You might like to see the DRS on that. But the decision has gone Patel's way. He's got his second. The game changes again. A big pat on the back for him. He makes 84 from 93. And I think we're in for a thrilling climax. Nepal 144 for 3.
Huge wicket under circumstances. Just when I was about to say that he sends an air of reassurance to the dugout, he's going to join the people in the dugout now. He put in the hard yards, built the innings, and then one little blip, he finds himself in the pavilion. Excellent innings, mind you. Nepal lose their third, 144 for 3. Nisar Patel, the man with the golden arm at the moment. Partnership broken.
Yeah, that was the innings. 84 from 93 deliveries, 3 4s and 3 6s. Looks hugely comfortable throughout the knock. The reintroduction of Nisar Patel, who's been outstanding for USA, one of the 4 left-arm spinners in this side, has possibly just changed the game. It was slipping away from USA, but he's got 2 for 14. It's going to bring a left-hander to the crease. Kushal Malla now.
Not only has he picked up wickets, and to the last column, the economy. Absolutely brilliant. He strangled the opponents whenever he's come on the ball. Nisar Patel on the top of his mark, on top of his game too. Kushal Malla. Straight to the fielder, Kushal Malla. Ensure that he gets it to the middle of the bat the first one.
Yeah, Patel will probably tend to operate around the wicket to the left-handed Malla. Bit of turn on offer, and the turn he's found is kind of being the exception to the rule. Mainly, they're just skidding on for most of the other left-arm spinners. Patel has managed to find a bit of turn and critically that bit of bounce. Green McGore warming up. That extra cover exactly where the ball's gone there, so we might see the 2 left-arm spinners operate in tandem.
That'd be a good side, isn't it? Already seen Rush Injury being successful. Left-arm spinners in their era. Good job.
Yeah,
Just
Malla
yeah.
known for his aggression. Mallow will certainly look to clear the ropes, but he hasn't quite found his touch yet here this week. Big wicket is the shake coming in from the fans in America. I know how important that was. If Bertel continued along his merry way,
Definitely.
it's probably going to be game over for the USA, but instead, I think we're going to have a thrilling finish, and it's only fitting after the long way we've had. 33 overs gone, 145 for 3. Let's take a look at the Nepal batting card.
Kushal put an excellent at top 84 was stringing the partnership with Yannick Ramallah and then Rohit Paudel. Rohit's hanging in there, 14 of 44. Malla departed after a flashy start. And then Asif Sheikh put in the hard yards, got that 20 odd, but perished in the process of going for a big one. Vinod Bhandari currently, this is Sompal Kamil, got some batting to come for sure. But they wouldn't want to leave it too late. It's about this partnership. Usal Malla, the youngest half-century in ODIs. And the man batting with him, Rohit Paudel, held that record before him, right?
They breed them young in Nepal. They love their cricket there. Sarah Netravalkar is going to continue, so no Kareem McGraw just yet. Looking at these bowling figures, where do you think the guts of the bowling will come from for the rest of the American attack?
It's important that Shoshkin to get his head back a little bit more. Bowls the important overs in the end. And of course, Elmo Hutchinson has something up his sleeve. As he rightly pointed out, very good delivery. As you rightly pointed out earlier, Andrew, that because of 2 new balls, reverse swing is out of the equation. Elmo Hutchinson, you remember those days, where he would swing the ball into the right-hander. Now it's got to prepare that ball a little bit more.
Yeah, but there's still some conventional swinging after. We saw it from that delivery. Netravalkar bringing the ball away from the left-handed Malla. Big extravagant drive. Bertel now out. Key thing is, required run out's going to come into the game. It's above 5 and over for the first time in a while. And Powell. That's an edge, and that's the 4th wicket. Brilliant from Netravalkar. That's why he's kept himself on. He pumps the sky. And that's a huge wicket. The game turns again. Malla's woes with the bat continue. He hasn't found his form here yet in the UAE, and he snuck up an absolute beauty. Shape away. Just dangle the bat out at it. And Malla holds the glove out, but he can't stop the umpire from getting the finger up. And that's going to bring the 4th wicket. The game now right in the balance. It's a coin toss in my book. Nepal 145 for 4.
1 brings 2, they say, and that's absolutely come true here for the USA. First Kushal Patel, and now a dejected Malla. Rohit Paudel realizing from the other end that there's too much devastation at the striking at the moment. The onus will be on him. He's played 44 deliveries for his 14. And he's the batsman who's set, one must say. Captain Netravalkar getting them that way through. Kushal Malla still trying to believe that there is a middle of the bat that he's carried to this particular tour of his.
Vinod Bhandari is going to be in at number 6, the keeper batsman. Another man who's just struggled a little bit for batting form in recent times, particularly in the T20 format. We've got a big job to do here. We need about 5 and over. Netravalkar is going to come around the wicket to the right-hander. Important thing for USA fans is that he's starting to get the ball to talk as well. Starting to get significant movement. Go back to that stat that Paul Radley was talking about. They've only chased over 230 once or twice in their history, and both times that was with Paris Kepke at the wicket, making big contributions. Right now, it very much feels like game on, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Bhandari, the new man in, and USA not giving him anything easy. He's just faced 1 ball. There's already a lot of chatter. He will also be in a little conundrum whether to play the national game or try to find form with a couple of singles first up. I think the onus lies on Podell. It's on Podell's shoulders now. Your thoughts?
Yeah, look, Bertel's dismissal has certainly brought this game back into the balance. It's also brought the strike rate of Robert Powell very much into question because 14 off 44, needing over 5 and over. The way Netravalka is going, that will soon creep up towards a run of ball. And Dari's certainly not known for big hitting. Which feels to me, like as it so often does, that a lot's going to rest on the shoulders of Karen KC. The way he hits the ball, you won't mind if it's 7 or 8 and over they need, but don't want to put too much on his shoulders. And it's 86 more to win.
You've got to give him that situation to be the current Casey that we all want him to be. 86 at the moment is way too much a gamble for him to be walking in. Reduce that number, get it under control. Here is Netravalkar.
It's a beauty. Late movement away from the right-hander. It's beaten him on the outside edge, and it's swung significantly after. It's gone past that outside edge through to Patel. It's a wicket maiden. Brilliant. Look at this. Look at the late movement. Can't get a bat on that, whatever the format. Outstanding from the skipper. He's got 1 for 23. The whole need to find some runs. 1, 4, 5 for 4.
Nepal's response till now. Kushal put their 84 of 93. Okay, for a start, but couldn't reach a pretty good start Nepal in terms of the opening. Okay. Well done, Karima. Not allowing people to think of a single let alone executed. And in Ramada had a fruitful 17 but couldn't continue. Then took it to miss.
Slot
That's in the slot.
That's
That's
going to go all the way for 6. It's really good batting. He has
6.
struggled Pedal throughout this innings, but he's acknowledged that, and Patel's just tossed that one up into the hitting arc. There's a man out at long on. He's taken him on. He's gone high and handsome over the head of Sushik Madani. You knew from the moment that left the bat that it was 6 all the way.
Very rightly put, a cracking hit, and Podell unfazed by the devastation at the other end at that time. It was there to be hit, he puts it away. Didn't even mind there was a fielder in the deep. Remember, braving the fielder. Now quietly picks up a single. This is excellent cricket, the biggest denomination followed by a single. Keep the score kicking.
Bringing the Nepal fans into the game. Fans just filtered in now in some reasonable numbers, probably 60 or 70 of them. Maybe even a few more, actually, more like 100 probably. And they are not just predominantly favouring Nepal, they're all favouring Nepal. Yet to see any American fans on the ground. Okay. Take things further. Nicely played. That's intentionally played off the face of the bat. That's not off an outside edge. We'll get back for a couple. What's that little blitz here? 6-1-2, bringing the required win rate back down towards 5 and over.
Correctly said, Andrew, that significant 6 at the early part of the over has got things under control. It's allowing them, it's giving them the license to go for the singles, twos, not the ball alarm. 77 required from 15.2. Nissan Patel's thinking it's a matter of one more wicket. They've got a slip in case as well. Here's Nissan. A little bit cheeky, a little bit premeditated. And the outfield will do a little bit of its part as well. He did put in the dive, but didn't reach the ball. And third run was very difficult.
Sunday question very easier in the chasing there. Tweets continue to come in. This one from Subas. Good. Sweet shot to replay. Nicely controlled by Bandari. Getting behind square on the leg side. No fielder behind square. It's one of the field because will come in to the backward square leg. And one of the fielders from the offside will come over. Come back to that tweet there just after this delivery. Close out a strong over. 12 runs coming from it. Patel being so economical. To that point, the pendulum swings back in favour of Nepal. Yeah, this one coming from Sebastian.
कोही हुनुहुन्छ लाइभमा?
Stats. Crucial Mala, 17 years
म
old.
लाइभ इन गरेर सोचमा छु। अब धेरैजना नै हुनुहुँदो रहेछ, 37 जना हुनुहुँदो रहेछ। उहाँ चाहिँ छु आई हब हुनुहुन्छ एकजना, अनि विनोद चाहिँ हुनुहुन्छ, निकेशजी हुनुहुन्छ।
And what that also shows is how accommodative cricket can be. Once you fall in love with the sport, it's very difficult to fall out of it. It doesn't really matter if you're 30 or 39 or 13.
अब कोही बोल्नु हुँदैन, म
Go to the cricket ground without allowing. Nepal, 157 before.
मलाई निद्रा लागिसक्यो। मेरो 3 बजिसक्यो यहाँ।
Sebas, appreciate that one because Elmer Hutchinson, the big man, is going to come back into the attack, try and use his extra height and bounce and gain some. He passes his cap over to the youngster in the team. 21 years in the age difference between Hutchinson and Krishnamurthy. If you haven't met Elmer Hutchinson yet, don't get the pleasure of meeting. He's a kinder man, almost ever smiling. He loves his cricket. He's working really, really hard at his game through the COVID lockdown. Down in South Africa, playing some club cricket. It's a crucial spell here, just a few overs so far for him.
What would be interesting to see if he gets a natural shape once again. This one needs to run the cover over.
बोल्दै हेर्दै गर्नु मजा आउँछ। म चाहिँ एक्लै हेरिरहेको छु, कोही पनि बोल्नु भयो, त्यहाँ मलाई पनि अलिकति कस्तो कस्तो भयो। त्यो भएर हो। हाम्रो नि 11 बज्यो। 11 र 3 कस्तो हुन्छ, म भोलि बिहान काम गर्छु फेरि। ठिकै छ ल, इन्दा गर्नु दाजु सुरेन्द्र लम्साल भन्नुभएको छ। सुरेन्द्र लम्सालले पनि दीपराज थापा ल सबैजना यसरी बोल्नु भयो भने त मलाई पनि मजा लाग्छ नि। अब म कोही बोल्नुहुन्छ भनेर हेरिरहेको छु। नवीन तिवारी कोही बोल्नुहुन्न, अनि मलाई पनि कस्तो कस्तो हुने क्या। स्क्रिन त राम्रो आएको छैन। दिपराज हजुर गेम त राम्रो हुँदैछ, तर हाम्रो पौडेल सरले चाहिँ धेरै डर खानुभयो क्या।
Youth and experience of Mala, Bandari, KC, of Kami, mixed in with the youth. From Storm, of course, as well.
तपाईको 10 टु छ त्यहाँ अहिले 11 बज्न अझै तपाईको 5 10 13 मिनेट बाँकी छ अझै। मेरो यहाँ 3 बज्यो, मेरो 9 बजेर काम छ। ठिकै छ, म बस्छु यहाँ हेर्दै। ब्रदर सागर बुढाको के हुनुभयो? ल ल यसरी बोल्नु भयो भने मलाई पनि रमाइलो लाग्छ नि। ज्ञानेन सुरेन्द्र लम्साल, हेलो सुरेन्द्रजी। स्क्रिन चाहिँ अलिक राम्रो आएको छैन है। मैले यहाँ टिभीमा कास्ट गरेर नि ल्यापटपबाट गरेको। सुरेन्द्र लम्साल, हेलो हेलो।
Spinners, but not a huge amount to turn. Very little mixed bounce or uneven bounce. And what we have is.
तर यसपालि युएसले खतरा गरेको रहेछ के, धेरै चेन्जिङ गरेको रहेछ पहिलाको भन्दा चाहिँ। म अहिले अस्ट्रेलियामा छु। एआई हबजी। हजुरको रियल नाम के हो?
Sandy Blamashani.
250 might be below par, you say, but they're making a good game out of this. They understand the value of wickets over here. Bandari, 6 of 9 at the moment. More bounce, more bounce. He wants that single too. Hadn't recovered from the bounce. Remember, this is good cricket. Trusting his partner, putting his head down and running 22 yards.
Good running team नेपालीलाई अन्त सुत्नु होला। ल मेरो यो अफिसको नेम हो है, अफिसको ठिक छ ठिक छ। हजुरहरूले साथ दिनुहुन्छ, म पनि साथ दिन्छु नि।
Sharing a few tips with his background saver.
Good point. If we get, you've got a man. There's a sweeper. There's an extra cover. There's a big off in place and long on. And that cards shot finally. They'll collect this. And they'll quietly pick up a single meanwhile. 36 gone. 160.
मेरो नाम दिवस हो। विनोद रोहित शर्मा खेलाडी अमेरिकाको त्यति राम्रो थिएन अमेरिकाको त खासै छैन कि प्रायः जस्तो चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ इन्डियाको पाकिस्तानको छ कि लगभग सब इन्डिया नै भन्नुपर्छ अमृत ढकाल जित्न चाहिँ नेपालले पर्ने हो कि रे ल भेलेलाई धुन चटाउनु पर्ने हो
So Mr. Patel will continue. Whether or not he's going to close out his spell. He's got 2 left, 2 for 27 for him. Probably the pick of the attack, him and Netravalker. So they're working to the leg side. Singles continuing to be enough for the pull at the moment. Because it's not 7 or 8 and over needed, you can just afford to knock it around. Don't need to look for the boundary option every delivery.
Mr. Patel has been excellent with his line and limp bind that 1-6 that
प्रत्येक ओभरमा चाहिँ
hence they're trying to play him off as well. A single for
5
that option at
6
all.
त्यतिको एउटा बाउन्ड्री भयो भने ठिकै हुन्छ कि 4 रन चौका भए पनि 4 रन लिए पनि त्यति चाहिँ आवश्यक छ नेपाललाई राम्रो स्कोर
All we could do is get a leading edge on it.
इक्वेट रन रेट बढेको बढै छ
Reverse sweep, half an appeal, gets it away well though. Again, that
5.05 पुगिसकेको छ रन रेट
onside, the left arm spinner is being exploited by the ball.
It's just rain there. Just trying to tap. Mr. Patel using good
केस मजाले जित्छ रोहित गाइज लेट्स फिङ्गर क्रस जित्न त पर्ने हो के रे अब जसरी पनि जित्नै पर्छ यो गेम चाहिँ नेपालले भेलेहरूलाई धुल चटाउनु पर्छ निकै साया गेङ्गाराम पुग्यो यतिजना हो त हामी लाइभ हेर्ने एआई हब निकै साया गङ्गाराम फेल दीपराज थापा अमृत ढकाल विनोद जी
Slightly. And he wants that single. The problem is only one of them wanted it.
अमृत ढकाल
Patel is
अब एक दुईटा बाउन्ड्री लगाउनु पर्छ अब बिस्तारै बाउन्ड्री लगाउनु किन 36 अब लगभग 40 को उसमा दौडिन थालिसक्यो कुद्न थालिसक्यो अब जम्मा हामीसँग अब 13 ओभर मात्र बाँकी छ
surprising a bit of bounce as well. Skiing on into the pad, just going on with the arm, with the foot to the hand.
We'll finish with the dot ball though. 1-6, 4 for 4 after 37 Nepal. 67 required in 13 overs.
Oh, 67 run गरेको हेलो सुरेन्द्र लम्साल जी हेलो हेलो
But he said that it's
It's
more
a
exciting
Surendra
than
ji.
it really happens sometimes. This has been Nepal's reply so far. Kushal 84. Asif Sheikh was in there for a while. 20 if he couldn't continue. Mala had a good start.
हेलो
Scored 164 for 4. We're going to take a drinks break here. Commentators, both of us will take a break. He's taking on some liquids. Don't go anywhere though. We've got a thrilling finish. Just over 5 and over needed. 67 to win off 13. But back with you with all the action in just a couple of minutes.
अब 78 बलमा 67 रन हाम्रो खाँचो छ बल भन्दा त रन थोरै छ के केटाहरूले गर्ला नि विनोद मजा आइरहेको छ गेम हेर्न बाउन्ड्री आएन ओ सबिन सिग्देल स्वागत छ हजुरलाई क्यों नहीं स्वागत करेंगे हम जरूर करेंगे सबिन जी जरूर
The game nicely paused. The quiet was still under control for Nepal. But there were a couple of hiccups back to back in the middle order that would have set the eyes a goal for USA. They know they can make inroads. at the moment Kushal Malla, when he was there,
हजुरहरूलाई एउटा रिक्वेस्ट गरौँ म
Vinod Bhandari. Kushal Malla was searching for form and that search.
सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनुहुन्छ मलाई सबैले चाहने त्यही होइन र
So the onus on the shoulders of Rohit Kumar Paudel, very established batsman, very shrewd as well, busy player along with Vinod Bhandari, quick pair of feet. We also had to look at some single shoes as well, which have been stolen. And USA would be wary of that. As the huddle disperses,
अब
USA would have a plan, is what one would believe.
धन्यवाद सुरेन्द्र लम्सालजी धन्यवाद विनोदजी धन्यवाद अब 19 अगस्तमा पनि म आउँछु लाइभमा आज 14 भयो
Hutchinson, the Malabarate.
त्यस्तो नभन्नु न म 3 वर्ष पुग्नु लाग्यो अस्ट्रेलियाको
Absolutely, Andrew.
सबिन सुखदेव
USA are going to need wickets. Need wickets probably pretty quickly. The only double-edged sword about if they do find wickets, it's likely that it will be Karen KC to the crease. And he's the only bit entrance in the hurry.
सदैव बाबु अफिसियल थ्याङ्क यू
Being able to get over the line without taking these wickets. They still need 6. Top balls aren't going to be enough.
धेरैजना त हुनुहुन्न 36 जना हुन्छ तै पनि
I think they'll take on
ठिकै छ
the squad. They wouldn't mind.
ए हो म सोच्छु कलेजलाई कन्ट्याक्ट गर्दा गर्दै भक्क लागिसक्यो भने
For USA.
हुन्छ के बढ्दै हुन्छ र अहिले
It was key for Karan Casey to unfold his shots. He needs a situation. He needs that launch pad. I know he's done it before in the qualifiers against Canada. What a finish! But again, here's Hutchinson.
3 consecutive dots, just starting to build the pressure up. Quite often we'll see dots not actually
बिस्तारै हाम्रो रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट बढ्दैछ
build. They will
डट बल गइरहेको छ
points whereby
37.3
shots played at anger, a risk is taken. Look at those numbers, 24 of 50.
म अस्ट्रेलियाबाट हो सदेवजी
Brilliant last week.
बाबुजी
His career best against Papua New Guinea, but it's a different role here, much more highly pressurized.
मारेको छैन किन मान्यो र नेपाललाई माया
Space.
नेपालको माया भएर त आज यति बेर कति 3.5 हुनलाई 3.5 भयो 3.5 वर्षसम्म पनि
Tilted along his
वाउ 6
That's a ball that
Paudel.
will not be welcome in the US dugout.
6 पौडेलको ब्याटबाट 6 वाउ
And the pressure was being built, as you said. Suddenly it's been vented.
Not sure about the option for Hutchinson. Looking for the bouncer, it was just slightly there on the line. Fine leg up in the
Wow.
circle. Fine leg's back.
यस्तो नि देख्न पाइँदो रहेछ पौडेलको ब्याटबाट 6 गएको
What Paudel has done is helped it around the
आउटस्ट्यान्डिङ पौडेलजी
60 innings for him.
Just adding a footnote to a point that you mentioned, excellent point, that you build the pressure so that the
मेरोमा त 30 38 33 देखाइरहेको छ 36 देखाइरहेको छ
We'll get back to it. We'll see the chat live.
सुदन रियालजी ठिकै छ केही भएको छैन अब
His second 6 of his innings. He hasn't hit a boundary yet. Not a boundary 4 anyway. Has it 2 boundaries?
मैले यो चाहिँ के सुनेको थिएँ नेपालमा चाहिँ कि त डिसोमको चाहिँ सब्सक्राइब हुनु पर्यो होइन भने चाहिँ त्यो यो ICC.tv बाट चाहिँ कनेक्ट भइरहेको छैन त्यहाँबाट हेर्न मिलिरहेको छैन भनेर कतिजना भन्नुभएको थियो अघि नै म फेसबुकमा एउटा पेजमा लाइभ गएको थिएँ
Boundary, so
त्यही भन्नु भएर म यता लाइभ बसेको तर उता सबैजनाले हाल्नुभयो अनि म चाहिँ यता आफू हेर्दै अरूलाई नि हेराउँदै गरेको
Here's Hutchinson.
हेर्न छुटाउनु भएकोलाई
What kind of was trying to steal a single, was going to be tap and run, but not on this occasion. Straight to the fielder. Every time there's been a six, there's also been a single after that. We've seen that too. 38 gone, 171 before Nepal.
ठिकै छ अब आउट नभइदियो हुन्थ्यो अब ठोक्ने बेला अब 12 ओभर बाँकी छ 60 बल 5 को रन रेट छ हामीलाई रिक्वायर्ड अहिले हाम्रो करेन्ट रन रेट चाहिँ 4.50 छ 171
State of play.
तर एकदम एक्स्ट्रामा एकदम
This point over, he's got 2 for 30.
अंकुशे लगाइरहेको छ भने
Travalco will
युएसले
turn back probably to one of his other left-arm pacers and see whether or not they can find a breakthrough. They can find the oracle. It's exactly 5 over. The equation's simple. 60 to win for Nepal.
30 ओभरको समाप्तिमा 171 रन बनाउँदै 4 विकेटको क्षति
Little bit uppish. What's that single do with his braving the arm?
वाउ
Good work by Manang. The throw had to be tamed. No worries, said Manang. This game's nicely set up, isn't it?
सुरेन्द्र लम्सालजी
They don't need to find a breakthrough in this over. They need to find a third wicket for Nisar Patel. That's the one who's with all the threats.
म बोलेको सुन्नु भएको छ हजुरहरुले
Beats the fielder. Jaskaran will cut it off. Will pick up a single meanwhile. And then this has to be a big point with his length, especially because we've seen a couple of good swivels towards the leg
मेरो
side when this
981 पुगेको छ है सब्स्क्राइबर सबैजना थ्यांक यू है
It's good batting. Just need the singles. Just work it around. Don't need to take any risks. So 6 wickets in hand. If they need to take risks, they can do it in the final power play. One more deliveries. 5 fielders will be allowed outside the circle. See the batsman pull out.
विनोदजी थ्यांक यू क्लियरली
A little bit too close to the side screen.
982 ओभर
Or giving the ball
धन्यवाद
away.
धन्यवाद
Control.
निकेश
Really
धन्यवाद
starting to
जी
scream in.
सुरेन्द्र लम्साल मेरो चाहिँ आज
Fans.
1 के पुरानो लक्ष्य थियो तर पुगेन
You're screaming in a moment.
अब
And it's been restrained in this half, slightly slower through the air this time. Just teasing the batsman. Wickets, where are they? This is just
983 wow 985 thank you
About 24 yards. Well short. Both the
just 15 left
top increase. Indeed, the
तर
other
15 जना
one
हुनुहुँदैन होला सायद सब्स्क्राइब नगर्ने
Patel.
मगर मौस
Bandari out.
थ्यांक यू
Ladder through the air this time. Hit aerially towards Kenjigate.
57 रनको खाँचो छ हामीलाई अब 11 ओभरमा हाम्रो रन रेट 4.46 छ 39 ओभरको समाप्तिमा 174 रन बनाउँदै 4 विकेटको क्षति यो ओभरमा 3 रन मात्र आएको छ हामीलाई
Kept his side really in the game.
Is that economy is something that
थ्यांक यू एफजी
curtailing at 230 is unbelievable.
पुगेको छैन गंगारामजी
It's also set an example for the other
985 पुगेको छ अहिलेसम्म अझै 15 पुगेको छैन मलाई
Captain will continue.
अर्को गेम नेपालको गेम भयो भने मात्र आउँछु म लाइभमा अरूको गेम त के हेराएको भयो र नेपालको गेम चाहिँ हेर्न छुटाउँदिन म
Suddenly, Travalco trying to get it away from the right hander. It's also getting a little bit of shape, remember.
Here's that Travalco's options. 10 overs remain after this one. I think he'll probably fall out here in this 2 over burst from the end. Just comes off the inside edge and through to the keeper Patel. Travalco's been so good at keeping it tight. Let's look at those bowling figures again. Ozzy holds his hand on his head, but Where do you think he's going to turn? Who else will be brought on? Obviously, Patel's at the end of his spell now as well, so we're having an enforced change at the pavilion end.
दुईजनालाई फेरि अनसब्सक्राइब गर्नुभयो धन्यवाद
Always at the business end would be a little tough call to make for Saurabh. We go back to
तीनजनाले
goal for
ठिक
one.
छ
Hutchinson definitely will be in action. That's in the gap.
Wow.
But that's in the gap. Work to do.
Oh no
They'll cut it
two
off. They pick up 2 in the process.
Yeah.
And 2 for the shot, none for the throw.
good run between the wicket
Mr. Walker was holding pretty well. A little bit of change in length this time. The batsman did reach out for it. Mr. Walker knows it's a matter of a wicket here. Nepal know it's a matter of a partnership for a while. In this case, he to get the assault if you give him the launch pad.
He's going to come around the wicket now. He wants to do this halfway through and over. He's changed things up now, let the batsman settle. 3 dots here. Most it will help USA. I still don't think it's going to be enough. It'll leave 55 to win off the final 10. Should be a cakewalk for Nepal. Nepali cricket, you always say should.
कता हो
Say,
sorry
That's the cardiac kids for a reason. Up there, fans there, millions of fans to all sorts of stresses.
कता हो बसाइ दिवसजी हजुरको ठिक छ हजुरले नगर्नु भएको ठिकै छ र अब ठिकै छ अब अनसब्सक्राइब गर्नेलाई पनि अब के भन्न सकिन्छ र
But they'll take 1 for the dive.
वाउ
He was searching for the ball after doing all the hard work. Karima, excellent cricketer. There's always something to learn from.
Brilliant for clearing the board. Backward point, so nearly cutting off the single. Lovely camera angle of it from our home roving camera here. Full ground across to his left, his stronger side. Getting the dive in. He made about 7 yards. He's just disappointed he couldn't cling on because it might have stopped the single, could have affected a run out. So USA need a moment of magic.
निकेश पौडेलले के
3 of the overs.
Yeah,
now,
that's
one
what
to go. Mr. Walker has kept it under control.
त्यो त ठिकै छ पौडेलले अब स्ट्राइक सम्हालिरहेको छ हुन त उतापट्टि हाम्रो
Good stuff from Mr. Walker. 3 runs.
भण्डारी दिदी पनि खासै खेल्नु भएको छैन तैपनिमा 40 ओभरको समाप्ति हो 10 ओभर मात्रै हामीसँग छ 54 रनको 50 बलमा हाम्रो
Third power play will commence. USA need wickets, and Nepal just need this partnership to continue to grow to guide them home.
म सिडनीमा हो
54 required of the last 10 for Nepal with 6 wickets intact. Remember the field restrictions will also change. We got 5.
म सिडनीमा हो दिवसजी सिडनीमा
Yes, sorry, Mr. Walker.
सरी दिवसजी मिस्टेक
Keep the ball to Kalima. Give me an over of magic here.
60 बलमा 56 रन हाम्रो रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट 5.40 तर हाम्रो रन रेट अबको 10 ओभरमा चाहिँ
Angles are proper.
एउटा बाउन्ड्री चाहिँ मजाले ठोक्नु पर्छ
He's a keeper, remember?
हामीसँग 6 वटा
Massive
Oh,
appeal to
wow,
this first
wow, wow.
delivery. Let's take a look at what happened
यो
there.
पौडेलले खाली यस्तै स्विङ हान्न खोज्दो रहेछ
Probably suspect Powell might have got outside the line. Remember, there's no points. Let's take a look. Yeah, well outside.
खाली यस्तो स्टुपिड शट हान्न खोजिरहेको छ यो
Stump. Have to give it out.
रन ठोक्न पर्ने ठाउँमा यसरी डट हानेर बसिरहेको छ
The batsman, the other one, the batsman will be more in control. Karima with the third. Can't take that single. Went searching for that single. And knew as time passed that it would have been very difficult for the other batsman to cover. Bhandari is no Superman to be covering 22 yards in a second. This time had width to operate. It'll still be a single.
एक रन सिंगल
So just a single out into the offside.
4 बल गइसकेको छ 2 बल बाँकी
Has to find a way to not
यो ओभरमा 1 रन मात्र आएको छ अहिलेसम्म
Both batsman operating at a strike rate of around in and around 50, a little bit more for Powell, up towards 60. They are finding a way. Nice little paddle sweep. That's good creativity. Hitting the ball to where there's no field. There's plenty of time to get back for two. So the USA do this a lot. The left arm spinners known behind square on the offside. They start to tell them now.
Good run between the wicket.
Before, now behind square.
यो जस्तो छ डुबाउँदैन नातिनु अब लेट्स फिङ्गर क्रस माइट
Got a backward spare in position. Ring. No, we'll pull out of it. And he's absolutely within rights to do so. The rim of
चाहिँदा चाहिएको हो के छ अब भन्दा रिजीको ब्याट्सबाट हान्छ कि जान्छ कि जाँदैन सबै चाहिएको छैन
Tap and run. The question is how hard is he hit it? Will he come back for the second? No, they were fielders swarming in like these.
Really, really good work here from Sushat Madani. Picked up the shape of the shot quickly and kept it to just a single. 4 from that over.
हो के रे खै
Only around 5.5.
अब एउटा डाउन भएर करन आइदिए हुन्थ्यो अब
Any wickets. 9 overs to go.
अब ड्याङ्की ड्याङ हान्न परिन्छ अब खेलेर बसेर हुँदैन
Opponents got the shots in the book. Opponents got the experience as well of being in these situations. Is Bhandari's searching for form before this.
अब अलिकति एग्रेसिभ चाहिँ हुनैपर्छ 41 ओभर सकिसक्यो अब 9 ओभर मात्र बाँकी छ हामीसँग
Looking very good with his nimble feet. He's providing great assistance to bowler. Nepal would want these two to lead them to victory again. USA on the other hand, desperate for a wicket at the moment.
इन्द्र लिम्बू 467
We already seen one on the leg side.
Final over for Netravalkar in his spell. Into his 10th over now.
उसको फाइनल ओभर आयो क्याप्टेनको
Every dot just continues to increase the pressure just slightly on both Bhandari and Pedal.
Netravalkar to the right hand has started.
हो के रे अब चाहिँ अब खेलेर बसेकिन अब हामीसँग 6 विकेट बाँकी नै छ 6 विकेट हुँदा हुँदै पनि डराएर खेलिरहेको छ अब चाहिँ हिट हान्नुपर्छ कि अब आए आप गए झटारो भनिन्छ नि हाम्रो नेपालीमा हो त्यसरी हान्नुपर्छ तिनीहरूले
Off cutter this time from Netravalkar, just wrapping his fingers over the top of the ball, but worked into the leg side for a single. Just feel like Nepal could do with a boundary or two to just ease the ever-growing pressure. They don't want to get enough.
यिनीहरूले अब अर्कोलाई स्ट्राइक दिनु पर्यो क्या यो नयाँलाई अब एकजना चाहिँ आउट हुनु पर्यो अब भण्डारी भयो भने पौडेल भयो भने अब चाहिँ यो खेलेर बसेर यिनीहरूले भएन के 4.40 को रन रेट छ हामीलाई रिक्वायर्ड चाहिँ 5.65 को छ त
His array of wickets. Brought on the slow one. What's this going to be?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. के गर्छ पौडेलले
Just kept on waiting, and then the ball arrived. Was through with the shot almost in his mind. Went the layout for the shot is what Rohit.
3 बलमा 1 रन अहिलेसम्म
He's played 66 deliveries before this, and yet he got chipped. Yet he was in slight trouble negotiating with this one. Very good delivery.
Singles and dots, that's what it seems to be at the moment.
हो के रे
It's the last little period. USA have been able to find the breakthrough. These two have put on 38 together in reasonably untroubled conditions. Their win rate just continues to tick along around 4 and over, 20 off the last 5 overs. Pressure continues to rise. Tension continues to ramp up across Kathmandu, across Kansas City, across Pokhara, across Philadelphia. Wherever you're watching from around the world, do not go anywhere. Netravalkar around the wicket now. Good effort.
Good effort.
Hopefully we'll get through for the single.
1 रन
Big question for Netravalkar to answer here now is
पूर्णगिरीजी
He's going to look
Welcome
to
back.
his final overs.
हराउनु भयो त तपाईँ त
Bowled out after this one.
Hutchinson from one end.
एकजना आउट भएर एउटालाई
Services of score as well.
सोमपाल भाइ आए नि हुन्छ करण आए नि हुन्छ एकजना चाहिँ आउनु पर्यो विनरले हिट हाल्न जस्तो छैन अब 41 42
The more they go deep into this game, the
42 ओभर सकिसक्यो
more they get into trouble as well.
लास्ट ओभर बाँकी छ
A free hit over here is what Nitravalka has in mind.
यो सालेको यो एउटा लास्ट बलमा छक्का चौका हान्ने हो भने
Quick single. Got it.
सिंगल
Just
लियो
wide enough of Stephen Taylor at mid-wicket to be able to get through for one. That's good batting. So 3 singles will close.
4-6 नै हानेन के त्यही भएर त गाह्रो पऱ्यो नि
Nitravalka,
दिवस जी
right around his career economy rate, even a little bit under. 2 maidens, 1 for 30.
यसको जम्मा 3 इकोनोमी के 10 ओभरमा दुईटा मेडन फालेछ
Question is now
एउटा विकेट लियो
so it'll be Kareem Agor to continue, but he's going to replace him at the Al Emirat end of the ground.
Yesterday in the United States,
निकेशजी हामीले चाहेको नि त्यही हो एक ओभरमा 20 रन आइदियो 15-20 रन आइदियो भन्दा किन छटपटिनु पर्थ्यो र
the 9 bowlers used
मेरो यहाँ 4 बज्न लागिसक्यो
so far in this episode of 42 overs, 8 bowlers.
ए हुन्छ हुन्छ हस् हस् दिवसजी
Arguably 7 of those bowlers left armers as well. It's often to see that. So
के डराएर खेलेको अब डरायो भने चाहिँ गेम हारिन्छ कि अब चाहिँ डराउनु हुँदैन के ठीक भन्नुभयो गंगारामले
40 of the 42 overs have been delivered by left-handers. They have to get on to the stats guys. to work
लेट्स सी अब 42 भयो
some kind of a record, but interesting, the game is
अब चाहिँ हान्नुपर्छ यिनीहरु ओभरमा चाहिँ
or to continue.
सिंगल
Without a boundary here for Nepal.
It's that
we need a
case where
boundary
India
mate
will not pinch USA.
दिवसजी वेलकम ब्याक दिवस पाण्डे
Kareem knows if you can get a couple of dot balls over here, then the equation might change.
Hammered down the ground. Protection out there. That's Nisar Patel. He's definitely slower through the air from Gore. So
दुई रन
it's just recognizing
सिंगल लिइरहेको छ अहिले एउटा बाउन्ड्री हालेर आनन्दले खेलेको हुन्थ्यो कि तर यिनीहरूले बाउन्ड्री नै हानेर राउन्ड त लान सकिरहेको छैन
It's one of those phases of the game, or we'll pick up that single in the end. It's one of those phases of the game where a single
Tin
is
round.
bitter. It's bitter tasting for both the teams. One just trying to keep the scoreboard ticking. Might say it's shifting towards a sweeter side of the spectrum, but definitely bitter for the USA. We'll get that in the gap once again. Lots of real estate to cover.
great to hear all your comments continuing to put in on social media. Good comment here from Fraser Middleton watching on from Glasgow, Scotland. So tight. He reckons the two innings are a mirror image of each other.
Wanted to give it all. Just not getting it for the screws. Oh my god. It's to the bats.
189
Trying to go leg side, trying to take on Hutchinson.
Three single to close out that over. 5 singles from it. Almost what Nepal need, but not quite.
वाउ
7 remain. This one.
एक ओभरमा एक रनले जित्छ
194.
इन्द्र लिम्बू सात ओभरमा अब 41 रन चाहिएको छ हामीलाई रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट 5.86 करेन्ट रन रेट 4.42 ओभर सकिँदै गएपछि अब बिस्तारै तनाव पनि बढ्दै गइरहेको अवस्था
It is going to be Elmo Hutchinson. They will turn to one of 6 bowlers that still have overs left. Netravalka, 10 overs, bowled out. Same as Nisar Patel, 1 for 30 and 2 for 33. But Hutchinson has enough overs left to get right the way through.
Wow.
Shot, no one in the deep on the leg side of
Chauka.
square leg. It's gone wide of him. The short ball tactic from Hutchinson is a risky one, and it's been dispatched to boundary from the first ball of the over and punished into the deep.
Hutchinson provides the pace, the batsman provides the placement.
हान्यो पौडेलले हान्यो चौका हान्यो
The boundary of the first
Runway
ball
Lukalio.
sets the over nicely for Nepal. Pressure.
194 मा 4 43.1 4.49 run rate
Too sure why Fine Leg continues to be out of the circle as well.
राम्रो चौका हान्यो
Let's get it fuller, Hutchinson.
another one
Does it
ठिक छ
immediately full of wait. Straight to Greener Boy's right hand. But every boundary, that's the first boundary, I think 9 overs, just swinging things back towards the ball.
35-36 जना हुन्छ 4-5 जनासँग यसरी बोलेर हेर्दा मजै छुट्टिरहेको लागिरहेछ अझै सबैजना बोल्नु हुँदाखेरि कस्तो रमाइलो हुन्थ्यो होला
Clipped into the sky, just be a single out to a man in the deep. Pedal's hasn't quite caught up in terms of scoring rate, but he was towards a 50. Could be a match winning 50.
Pretty
के
sure.
गर्यो अब एउटा नेपालीमा जोक्स थियो नि
The only number in his mind at the moment is 2, 3, 1, and he's finding routes to reach there.
कालीको नाम गोरे भने जस्तो जित्न त पर्छ अब फिक्स त अब हैन तर अब प्रेसर परेको लास्टमा क्रिकेट हो अन्तिम बलसम्म पनि घर हुँदैन
He's like Nepal, they're going to keep this game very, very deep. Looking across to Nepal bench, Karen Casey and Sampal Kami both batted up. Likely to see.
अब खोइ हिरोहरूले चान्स पाउला जस्तो छैनन् कारण केसी र हाम्रो सम्पालजीले
As the game's getting into the KC zone, it's quickly getting into the KC zone, getting pretty odd.
It's been a problem for both Bandari and Pedal when they've looked to go big. They've just lost their shape a little bit, with the exception of the 6 that Pedal got down the ground with a slog sweep. Bandari losing his shape there again.
He's trying to hit the ball too high. Really not waiting for the limit. 17 of 30, but interestingly, he's also picked up singles meanwhile.
Taylor felt he was in the game for a moment there. Will they be able to get back for 2? Despite the fumble from Taylor, they won't. So 6 runs coming from that over. It's not getting any less tight. If anything, it's getting a bit tighter. 35 to 6, the 4-196 report.
सायद त्यसरी दिन्छ होला पटेललाई 100 हानेको छ त्यसले
35 rate needed of the last 6 now.
सबै डराएर छ अब हान्न नसके कहिले हान्ने यिनीहरूले तर जम्मा 1 बलको अन्तर छ 6 बल र ओभरमा बल र रनमा त्यही पनि अब प्रेसर त भइहाल्छ नि अब चाँडै सकाए झन् राम्रो
He's played very sensibly after losing partners.
Now with the change of bowling here, sorry, it's going to be Nosh Kenjigate back into the attack. So Greener Boy taken out. I wonder will we see a change of ends for Gore. We're going to see left arm spin from both ends. And will Hutchinson continue? 5 overs, 1 for 25 so far for Kenjigate.
एउटा ओभरमा दुईटा चौका हान्नु त ठिकै हुन्थ्यो
Every dot just swinging that pendulum towards the USA. It's exactly a run of ball. 35 to win off 35 now.
Keeping the pressure on.
Oh no
Big shot attempted. Not for the first time. Bandari's completely lost his shape. I think Powell wanted to
अनि डराउनु पर्दैन क्या हामीसँग विकेट छँदैछ नि अनि पछाडि ब्याट्सम्यान छँदैछ डराउनु चाहिँ पर्ने स्थिति चाहिँ मैले देखेको छैन हुन त अब गयो भने लगातार जान सम्भावना चाहिँ छ हाम्रो नेपालको सन्दर्भमा चाहिँ त्यही भइरहेको छ एउटा गएपछि अर्को नि राउताले टिक्न नपाउँदै गइरहेको छ one single run.
Pressure is going to tell here. Is one going to go up in the air out to one of these 5 fielders in the deep?
It would be interesting to watch how Rohit approaches this over. He's already seen a couple of dot balls now being put on the business end. Will nerdle it away.
Flying through the air from Kempy to that zone. I say you just feel still need wickets. Surely if these two are here at the end, the ball will go over the line.
आज भण्डारी यति त भण्डारी के भइरहेको छ भण्डारीको अब दोष कसलाई दिने अब कसैलाई दिइँदैन अब चुप लाएर
Brilliant from Stephen Taylor.
तर युएसको बलर पनि
But as soon as the shape of the shot was a block, he sprinted straight towards
T20 भनेर आउने केटा हो
attempt to drop and run and puts off what probably would have been a certain single. Just be the 3 overs, 3 runs from that 45th over of the game. More than run a ball needed for the first time in the entire
41 मा 199 199
to win off 30.
30 बलमा 32 रन ठीक छ केटा हो ठीक छ Keep it up.
Talking about anticipating once
Not too
again
bad.
at the point, he was brilliant at doing that. Sorry that the right was finished off. It's Elmo Christensen has been a little expensive in the last 2. She's been expensive too. Fuji is delivered another very tidy over under circumstances. Karima Gold who want to do the same. But he has won brilliantly today, and the debutant Sanjay Krishnamurthy in his 4 overs, he rolled the arm over and did really well. Steven Taylor did get a couple in there too.
Just as I thought that might happen, Karima Gore has changed them, so it's going to be trial by spin. I think Netravalka are not going to be wanting to risk additional pace on the ball for Adler.
गोरेला हान्नुपर्छ अब गोरेलाई गोरेको मुख फुट्निदाले हान्नुपर्छ
boundaries. USA cannot afford boundaries right now. This game really feels like it's going all the way to the final over.
हाम्रो त यस्तो भयो नि केटाहरुको कस्तो भयो होला है एक ग्राउन्डमा खेल्दाखेरि अन
Take a chance, a big heave across the line.
भण्डारी जी
Genuine walk there. And India, as you were mentioning, slow to the air, completely missed it. That's good.
Yes, Bandari 6 Bandari 6
By Bandari. The tension was building, the nerves were building from the fans, but they're on their feet. They're
Wow.
happy. The 200 is up.
यसको साथै 205 पुगेको छ स्कोर नेपालको
That's in the slot, clearing his front leg, allowing him the heave to go ahead and do so. Rest is history. Went straight down the ground, and he had no problems or doubts that he'll clear the boundary or not. Nepal reached 202 so in style, 205 on the board now. This game's beautifully set up. Bandari was looking for form, wanting to hit something at the right time.
जाब्बार गरेछ के भण्डारी दा
They have to look for the big shot.
अब चाहिँ बिग शट हान्नुपर्छ कति नै बाँकी छ र अब
Struggled to get their scoring rates up. But just when they've needed to, every time they've needed to, they've found a boundary. They've always kept that required run rate within check. It hasn't been incredibly pretty from either of them. Probably hasn't been Paolo's finest, not but it could prove to be mighty effective. So 1 or 2 more big hits like that, and the ball will be home.
I wonder what the check is between these two. They've got the 6 in the over. And the umpires are checking the ball. That went into the construction side. Might have got a bit of iron beating. What do you suggest?
Yeah, I think the protocols these days always require the ball to be checked. It goes outside the plane or in it. Naturally,
अब चाहिँ हान्नुपर्छ केटा हो अब चाहिँ हान्नुपर्छ जब 26 रन त बाँकी छ नि
going on.
आयो गोर्खाली भन्दै ठोक केटा
Gonna get a replacement ball. Don't think that will affect either of the sides too much. How are those nerves out there in Nepal or Nebraska, wherever you're watching on from? Send me a message there at Cricket Match. Tell me how you're feeling. Tension continues
Dot ball.
to build. It feels like every time the ball get a boundary, there's a dot ball that follows it.
एकदम
But they get
महँगो
the
dot ball.
moment. When the equation is run a ball, they wouldn't mind that dot ball if after a boundary. But that's it.
And at the one four
Protection
four
is there, but
four
it's gonna go wide of Sunday.
four Bhandari four
2 boundaries in the over.
10
Ends the
run.
over. That ends the chase. They don't want to take it all the way to the 49th or the 50th. It's gone with a 6 with a flat bat. Now it's the slug sweep for 4.
Once again in the slot, he's been attempting that shot twice. Now this one connects too.
म पनि नेपाल आउँदा
But he knew he
तास खुवाउँछु चार तास चितवनको तास खुवाउँछु भण्डारी ठोक भण्डारी ठोक
Really good batting. And he's going back for 2. Madani quick between the wickets.
सालाहरुको सबै अलराउन्डर रहेछ कि 8 जना खेलाको बलर भ्यासिन्छहरू
Is that the air
भेलेहरु
taken out of America's tires? Just so little to work with. Just a run of ball, 6 wickets in hand. Nepal look very much like they're going to get over the line now.
नेपालले फेरि जित्यो भने सधैँ यस्तो ढुकढुक ढुकढुक बनाएको थियो कि कहिले चाँडो जितेन कि प्रायः जस्तो धेरै गेममा डट बल
Dots in that over. But the reason
11 run from this over.
Points his shirt. 11
Not too
runs
bad.
well. Nepal need 21 to win of 24.
24 बलमा 21 रन
These two, when they keep the middle, understood that it was about them to be there, keep the equation under control, not set the cat and mouse equation, especially in the dugout. These things are very fun. Then what happens? This happens. 230 United States, 231 is what Nepal required. And at the moment, 210 for 4. With 4 overs to go and 6 wickets in hand.
गंगाराम फुयालजी
It's about not one,
हो र
not two.
6 हाने
Keep that one wicket. Try and bring some trouble into the Nepal side. No, they want that single tap and run. It's about how hard you hit it as well. And as a batsman, you're the best judge to know if you're going to cover the 22 yards and your friend at the other end is going to do so as well.
So just putting in again. We're going to be up in Denver, Colorado since 4:30 a.m.
Six. Paudel 6 6 well done Paudel well done Mark well done
Near to our commentary position.
6 6 6 6
Running as well.
चाहिएगा हामीलाई यस्तै हो
Paudel
Paudel
Moore is probably the pick of the innings. Paudel goes to 50. Fantastic knock where he's at 3 6s and 1 4.
outstanding Paudel outstanding
Third 50 of his career, and he's bringing the pole home.
Absolutely, he's playing the innings, one of the best innings of his life. There's nothing better than not only reaching a milestone, but trying to stay there till the end and get the job done. We said a cat actually went by. I meant it metaphorically when I said the cat amongst the pigeons. But that 6 almost sealed the game. Can he score magic?
Paudel keep it up my boy
Between the sides is probably going to end up.
49 ओभरमा सकिएर ठिकै हो नि तर लास्टै हार्टबिट बढायो है डट बल
Just 3 6s in the American innings and already 8 6s in this Nepal innings. So the additional dots that they've
Wow.
soaked up hasn't actually cost them.
Making it up with bigger denominations here. Constructing the innings, leading the base with singles and twos, and trying to push for 3 at times. Then going for the big shot.
6 no whoa
That would have been close, but Taylor
So close.
Into the gates, you can tell he rips the bells off. Feel American very flat all of a sudden. They know direction.
Wanted to build for a single, but wasn't there to be. very quick to dispatch the ball as well. Excellent ball. We've seen a 60 of them. We've seen a couple of singles in this over as well.
Another 6
To
from
the offside.
Bandari.
Goes
4
wide,
for
Bandari
Bandari.
off, he's gonna chase him.
Bandari.
Just for-
Well done.
Put up Bandari this time. getting
Peanut
the gap.
Bandari.
These two advance the ball to within touching distance. 222 for 4.
Wow, wow, wow,
Somebody
wow,
said
wow,
he's
wow,
like making a
wow, wow.
backhand or a geometrical instrument. With precision, he spears that in the gap. Two fielders in the deep just watched each other. Despite a chase, the ball went for ball. 2-2-2 for
आनन्द
ball.
दिन्छ अब चाहिँ
Nepal
अब चाहिँ ढुक्क
really
भयो
have this in the bank. 9 required. Points required in single digits at the moment. There's no place to go. USA have called the cabinet meeting.
Yeah, 3 overs remain and just 9 to win now. So the ball right on the brink. Where will they be on this tour without the batting of the 19-year-old Robert Powell? 41 and 86 against Papua New Guinea. He's followed up here today with what's going to be a match-winning knock. 55 not out he has. And he's showing maturity well beyond this year.
मिस्टेक भनिरहेको छु है गङ्गारामजी यति एक्साइटेड भइरहेको छु मैले के बोले थाहै छैन क्या मलाई माफ गर्नलाई अब चाहिँ
Absolutely brilliant.
ढुक्क भयो विनोदजी
Can't stay there. That's
अब चाहिँ गरे केटाहरूले भन्ने भइरहेछ अझ 3 ओभर बाँकी छ
Leave that jet out. Take this man, put this in and stay there. Here's Praka. This is good thinking in sort of Nepal, that he's preparing a talent for the future. He's given it to Barakat, asking him, come on, take us out of this situation, we play for the country. What a beautiful moment this is. So again, he's gone with 21 and 2.1. That's a very good day. We're not giving him the wits to operate with. Good support on the field too. There's Barakat.
And those 4
That's the slot.
6
And thank you very much, says Foreigners.
6
A stone's throw
Four
away from
exam.
victory here, Nepal.
प्योर कन्ट्रोल 6 भनेको 4
And
है
Barakat was
ठिक छ पौडेल ठिक छ पौडेल लास्टमा आएर चाहिँ राम्रै अलिअलि दबाएर हान्यो है अब चाहिँ हान्नुपर्छ नत्र मार्छ नेपाल गएपछि भनेर होला
I think he'll probably admit it hasn't been his most fluent knock. He's struggled several points. But just when you
226.
think he's out of trouble, he has found enough boundaries. The ball within a hit now.
5 run chill get out chill
What he's also done is lead the base.
Oh, wow.
Ah. It's exactly what he's doing. He had a bit of a hiccup with Bandari's form not being there. But then Bandari started with his flow, just made things easier for Nepal and Paudel to anchor the innings from there on. When Paudel left, things were in shambles.
पौडेल भाइ तिमीले अब सम्हाल्नु पर्छ अब
And they did. This is an excellent innings and a coming of age innings from Paudel. Just waited to
Dot ball.
but by the time he did realize he needs to, the ball hit him.
2 बल बाँकी यो ओभरको
It's a little too late here for USA.
भयो धोतीहरुको
Shorter where they needed to be. Bulls chasing. Historically, has struggled to chase high totals, but it's a new, very different side this under Dan Watmore.
तुक्का
To me, like
होइन 1 रन 5 रन यो ओभरबाट
head coach with a perfect start, a win, should get over the line with 6 wickets to spare.
A boundary away from victory in Nepal. Correct, realizing even in a single their game slipping away.
ओभरको अन्तिम बल
Once again, the question, because when you do that, you sort of create some disruption at the moment. Bandari's in control, 36 and 45. He's also covered up really, really well.
always been something of a criticism.
48औं ओभरको समाप्तिमा 228 रन 4 विकेटको क्षति। अब हामीलाई ओहोमा 3 रन 12 बलमा म त अब उफ्रिन तयार भइसकेँ।
Saurabh Netravalkar has gone to Kinjigan. He has to defend Julia. 3 required games in the back of Nepal.
डट बल
The ball needs to end it this over.
यो ओभरमा सकाइदिएको था हो।
Stupid. Take it down to the final over. Don't take the risk. End it now. End it with 1 hit.
La.
That is going to be a wicket.
Bandari
A
out.
wicket may
Fuck
be
off.
impossible.
Fuck off.
Bandari's final knock
Fuck off.
is going to end with 10 deliveries
Bandari
after this one.
लास्ट मुभमेन्टमा कस्तो खेल्यो।
Good catch held by Monaco. Reverse sweep attempted. Let's take a look. Just coming off that top.
Oh no, Bandari, no.
Too late for USA.
No. Odell.
Just look at the dugout. I'm going to stand up for your shoulders. I'm still there.
यो किन हो के रे सबिन चाहिँ अब खोइ लास्टमा आएर भण्डारीले फक गरिदिइहाल्यो नि। यस्तो त बोल्नु हुन्थेन क्या लाइभमा। ओ यतिको हुँदा पनि जितेन भने त लाजेकै मर्द भने नेपाल नआए नि भयो उतै बस्यो भयो केटाहरूलाई।
What's the field going to be for the new man? 3 required.
करण भाइ ल अब
USA.
ठोक्दै एक छक्का ठोक्दै परेको म हेरौँला।
Apart from that, lots of real estate on the left side. You just not either way.
अब
3 required. Kinjigan.
हेर्न
Too sure about this here from the poll. I want to take this to the final over. Said they don't want to wicket maiden and we get wicket dot.
छक्का चौका पौडेललाई फिनिसिङ गर्न दियो। पौडेललाई फिनिसिङ गर्न दियो।
Rohit Paudel, 60 of 85, still ran as if it's his first run. Absolutely fresh legs. 2 required.
पौडेललाई फिनिसिङ गर्न दियो करण केसीले।
Should not be going to the final over. Good stuff from Kenji, putting the pressure on.
All
End
this,
this over with a dot.
all those hands in the car will be counting down to the moment. They could be having 2 fingers up in their hand. And now we'll take
Be the
them.
winning
Wow.
Stephen Taylor on. And that is going to be that. Punch of the air from Rowan Powell.
Well done,
He's
well
got
done,
his
well
side
done.
home with his 3rd ODI 50. 62 he's going to finish with from 87. It's been a very fine knock, not his finest or most fluent.
धन्यवाद
But he showed maturity
नेपाली
well beyond his years.
खेलाडीलाई।
Just 19 years of age, the youngster. He's guided Nepal home in what was a tricky chase. They've got over the line with exactly an over to spare by 5 wickets.
231 conquered at the end. Courtesy Paudel's brilliance.
Congratulations Nepali team, congratulations. Right, Nepal on by 5 wickets. Good. अनि लाइभ हेरेर बस्नुहुने सबैजनालाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद। Thanks for supporting Nepal, thanks for supporting me.
I understand the situation.
अब अर्को लाइभमा भेटौँला नेपालको 3 लागि
231 for 5. Nepal finished
बाई बाई
easily with 5 wickets still.